2 Lionel O scale trains and delivered directly to your seat. No one sits away from the fun, regardless of age. When a train arrives delivering your food, you'll smile ear to ear. Visit twotoots.com.
It's always exciting to hear Elgin business owners like Tanner Melvin of Side Street Studios share positivity about the local community.
Elgin is on its way, and it has been, and sometimes, we got set back with the pandemic, and it's been rough. Everyone has felt it in so many different ways. What we're trying to do is a lot of hand-holding and shoulder rubbing and being like, it's okay. Mm-hmm. We're trying to get this town a lot more money. We're very lucky to live in this community right now. There's nothing like this around here.
Feel the positive power of the first shift with me, Marky B, weekday mornings on WRMN.
Attention all Schaumburg Boomers fans. Join the Schaumburg Boomers August 27th at 6:30 p.m. versus the Evansville Otters for Bark in the Park. Bring your furry friends for a day at the ballpark that's all about them. Presented by Golf Rose Animal Hospital. Join the Schaumburg Boomers August 29th at 6:30 p.m. for Fan Appreciation Night and post-game fireworks. There will be giveaways throughout the game. Twin Zeros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. Twin Zeros Restaurant in Harwood Heights not only serves traditional gyros, but also has chicken gyro sandwiches. Twin Zeros also serves a variety of sandwiches ranging from cheeseburgers and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Italian beef, Italian sausage, and combo sandwiches. To ethnic favorites such as Slovakia and Grecian chicken. Slovakia is shish kebabs, specifically chicken or pork shish kebabs, grilled to perfection, served on a warm pita with tomatoes, onions, and our homemade tzatziki sauce. You can also enjoy barbecue ribs served every day. Twins is open 7 days a week and also delivers locally. Located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights. Check out the full menu at twinzeros.com. That's twinzeros.com.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases.
Wow.
Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
And this station, it is 610 here at WRMN, AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube as we get things underway. Here on your Wednesday morning, September the 4th, it is time for the first shift live from downtown Elgin in the heart of the Fox River Valley. I'm Marky B reporting. First shift starts with our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And a good Wednesday morning to you from WRMN and from the Fox River Valley Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited. I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast, and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats. Elgin Trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The First Shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser. But at least he tries. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for the First Shift on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
On a Wednesday morning, I want to say Tuesday, of course, because it's one of those weeks with Labor Day. But it's Wednesday already. Ah, boy. And welcome to it. You're in a busy week. Even though it's a short week, it's a busy week. So we're overcompensating for the lack of one day. Going to be another beautiful day weather-wise as we get the first shift underway today. Hope you're feeling okay and ready for it. My name is Mark. Yours might be Brendan. It might not be. But I hope to hear from Brendan this morning as we have activated YouTube at WRMN 1410 Radio on YouTube. Actually, WRMN Radio on YouTube. You can leave out the 1410 part. Let's go ahead and start by giving you the forecast for this upcoming day, and we are in a beautiful time of the year. It seems like fall has started early, but we're going to return to summer a little bit the next couple of days, at least some semblance of summer. Right now, nice and cool outside, about 50 degrees at the start of the show. Winds are calm. I hope you are. And we bounce back to the 80s for the next 2 days. Today, sunshine with a high of 82. Nothing but abundant sunshine here once the sun rises. Clear skies tonight with a low of 60. And then looking ahead to your Thursday, even a little bit warmer. Mostly sunny with a high of 85 on Thursday. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low 59 degrees. And then we head into Friday with an isolated shower possible. There's a decent chance of some showers tomorrow night. As we drop down to 59 tomorrow night, I didn't mention there is a 50% chance of some showers. And then Friday, still an isolated shower possible in the morning. I don't think this is going to be a major rain event, which is good news for us. We're rooting for a nice dry park for our event on Saturday, America's First Responders Fest. Friday's high after a little bit of rain possible Thursday night, only reaching 70. So we go from 85 on Thursday to 70 on Friday. 44 for Friday night. And then Saturday, sunshine with a high of 64 degrees for America's First Responders Fest, the coolest day we've had in months. I think that's fair to say. But still, it'll be pleasant as long as you are properly dressed. Maybe you wear some jeans on Saturday and a sweatshirt to the event. Depends on how you handle the cooler conditions. You still could wear shorts perhaps, and depending on the color of your shirt with the bright sunshine on Saturday, if you wear a dark shirt, you could still probably get away with a t-shirt. Again, it depends on you. For 64 degrees for your Saturday forecast. And then coming up on Sunday for the first game of the season in the NFL, we have sunshine with a high of 71 degrees. 71 degrees, the Bears at home against Tennessee on Sunday. Currently, we we are at 50 at the start of this show on this Wednesday morning. It is the 4th day of September, 9/4/2024, and the 248th day of the year, 36th week in the third quarter of this year. And coming up on the show today, Larry Jones is here. He'll be in a little while. I hadn't spoken to Larry in a few days, so we'll catch up with Larry this morning as he joins me between 7 and 9. We'll talk about whatever I've got on the agenda or whatever you want to talk about. Call us at 847-931-1410. Discuss the issues. The national issues, the real issues, the fake issues, or your personal issues. Whatever you choose. We're open. We're open for you. We're here for you. 847-931-1410 between 7 and 9. And we'll do that. Coming up in this hour on the show, we will discuss some news stories. I have some news stories for you. We've got the name has finally come out on the individual who allegedly murdered the 21-year-old girl at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater last Friday. And so I'll give you the latest details on that story this hour. Also in the news, a man has been charged now and convicted. He was a Florida man, I think I read the story last week or the week before, who was driving drunk at more than 50 miles an hour over the speed limit. Crashed and killed a father of 4 from Des Plaines. Eldor Akalov, 37 years old, has now been convicted. So, a couple of news stories to share with you. I have a little first shift 411 to mix in. We have our big event coming up on Saturday, but there's a lot going on. And I want to mention a few other things in the next couple of days. I would love for you to come to our event. We need you. We need a good showing of attendance. We have a lot of vendors coming out to our event on Saturday. I was able to finalize, I guess, and secure the Moose Lodge last night of Elgin, Moose Lodge 799. So they'll be there. And we have a lot of vendors, so we want you to be there to stop by the vendor tables and see what we have to offer. We're going to have 4 food trucks for you. And 4 bands for you, and 4 stage shows. 4 is the magic number, I guess, for America's First Responders Fest here in the 4th year. How about that? The 2nd year of America's First Responders Fest, but the 4th year since we started an event. And to celebrate the 4th year, we have 4 of everything. 4 food trucks, 4 bands, and 4 of what else? I forget already. We have a lot more than 4 vendors, though, so come on out on Saturday. We'll tell you more about that. But there's other things you can choose from over the weekend. Maybe you can work a couple of events in, like the Historic Elgin House Tour, which is a great thing that I honestly have never done. And so I've got to break out of my slump with that one of these times. It's something I'm sure I would enjoy. The Historic Elgin House Tour, coming up Saturday and Sunday, so I'll give you some information about that. Sandwich Fair, if you live a little further out. It's a big event with a lot going on. Sandwich Fair over the weekend. And there's Brews and Booze or something like that. Something like that. Over at Bowes Creek Country Club over the weekend here in Elgin. So a lot for you to mix in, but make sure you make our event a part of your mixture of weekend events. All things we can talk about. A little first shift 411 I might share with you this hour, along with my news stories. A haiku? Maybe. Let's see what Blackhawks Brad has for us today. He texts me old school every day, and I've been letting him down in the haiku department here lately. But he did give me a new word today, kerplunk. Kerplunk. With or as if with a sudden muffled thud. Kerplunk. It's like after you have a 6-game winning streak and then you get beaten 2 games in a row. You've been kerplunked, I guess. It's a cool word. I like the word kerplunk. Maybe we'll see if we can use it in a haiku today. Let's win this day, says Blackhawks Brad. The American flag flies, the eagle flies over the fabulous Fox River, and a prayer. We had a big day on the prayer scoreboard yesterday. We hit 95 on my first day back from Labor Day weekend. We're at 1 today. 1 on the prayer scoreboard. Thanks, Blackhawks Brad, for checking in. Tony Cool also checked in on my cell phone this morning. She went 901 on me. That's my Tennessee area code. Tony Cool went 901 on me. And she stamped the show like she has been for years. 4 exclamation marks. And she announced that this is show number 167 of the year, which would be number 1124 since we started counting all of this nonsense. The 1124th show, the 167th of the year. Wow. 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 The bell got weaker with every ring. Let's win this day. Let's do it. It's going to be a beautiful day. 82 degrees with sunshine. Thanks for stamping the show, Tony Cool. We'll try to make it a good one, the 167th of the year. 623 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Your comments, of course, on YouTube today, part of our staff meeting, the Beehive Bar and Grill, WRMN Radio on YouTube, and the Image 360 information line. That's where we'll pull some of our information from. If you take the time to say hi to us on the Image 360 information line, which Linda Carter has at 12:01 this morning. She sent us a nice grouping of prayers to our prayer scoreboard. She says, have a blessed day. Hold on. 17 prayers on the prayer scoreboard now, thanks to Linda Carter. All right, 624 here at WRMN. Let's see. Coming up, we have some news at the bottom of the hour, then I'll add news to that, like I mentioned. On this day in music history, by the way, we have an all-music hour coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, or a more music hour. So, and it's pretty wide open today. I didn't have a whole lot of time for prep for the music hour today, so want to make a request today, let me know what you want to hear, and I'll see if I can work it in. On this day in 1954, to coincide with the release of his second Sun Records single, Good Rockin' Tonight, Elvis Presley, along with his backup musicians, Bill Black and Scotty Moore, made their first appearances at the Grand Ole Opry. September the 4th, 1954, along with his backup musicians, Bill Black and Scotty Moore, as I mentioned. The audience's reaction so harsh that the Opry's manager, Jim Denny, told Elvis that he should return to his day job of truck driving. Dang.
Wow.
The words of Jim Denny.
Wow.
He didn't like the King, Elvis, before he became the King in 1954. 2 weeks later, the trio appeared at a rival venue, the Louisiana Hayride, which also broadcasts weekly shows on radio and television. And they signed a deal to appear on 52 Saturday night broadcasts, which effectively launched his career and made the Grand Ole Opry's manager, Jim Denny, look bad. So an early Elvis song is how we're going to start this morning. It's Good Rockin' Tonight, rocking us into the bottom of the hour news break. It's the King.
Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight.
Wow.
Well, I heard the news. That's good to rockin' tonight.
Wow.
I'm gonna hold my baby as tight as I can. Tonight she'll know I'm a mighty, mighty man. I heard the news. There's good to rockin' tonight. I say, meet me in a hurry behind the barn. Don't you be afraid that I'll do you no harm. I want you to bring along my rocking shoes, cause tonight I'm going to rock away all the blues. I heard the news. There's good to rockin' tonight. tonight she'll know. Mighty, mighty man, I heard the news. There's good rockin' tonight.
It's the Kang. Elvis Presley, 628, WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Good rockin' tonight. An early song from the mid-1950s from the King. Bottom of the hour news is on the way here at 6:30, and we'll have that for you in about a minute here on the show, and then I'll add some news to that. Today, as we celebrate the dumb daily holidays of the day, we have Eat an Extra Dessert Day. Wow, really? Eat an Extra Dessert Day.
Wow.
One's not good enough for you. It is a National Macadamia Nut Day. So if you're a nut, have some.
Wow.
National Newspaper Carrier Day today. And I've accessed some of my stories from the Daily Herald and from the Chicago Tribune, but I've done it online, not usually using the actual newspaper. And it's National Spice Blend Day as well. We'll see what No Nickname John's got for us when we start our staff meeting coming up in a few minutes. We have 50 degrees. We're headed for a high of 82. It's 6:30. Let's check some news right now, right here on the first shift. Good morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60-plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates Radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 with the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates. The Cubs are still in the thick of the wild card race. Right now, they're 4.5 games out of the last spot, held by Atlanta. In Baltimore, the Orioles shut out the White Sox 9-0. It's loss number 109 of the season for the Sox. 12 straight losses for Chicago. They're the first team since 1900 with at least 3 losing streaks of 12 games in the same season. They were shut out for the 16th time and sit 11 losses shy of tying the 1962 Mets for the most losses in a single season. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale.
Let's go.
Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from September 4th, 1924. Elgin's long dreamed of and equally long deferred, new, modern, large hotel is on the way and will be a reality by May 1st, 1925. According to plans announced today, the hotel will be a $250,000 structure and modern in construction and equipment to be built on the northeast corner of Douglas Avenue and Division Street. In addition to being a credible and much-needed work of architecture, the hostelry will give Elgin accommodation for entertainment of conventions and gatherings, which limited hotel facilities in the city now tend to prevent coming here. The new hotel will contain 125 rooms. In other news, returning from a motor trip to Yellowstone Park, Dr. and Mrs. George F. Rupert of Elgin barely escaped with their lives when their machine turned over 3 times in an accident on the Highway 69 miles south of Springfield yesterday morning at 10 o'clock. Today, Dr. Rupert was lying in a serious condition at St. Joseph's Hospital with a fractured and dislocation of his left shoulder, severe internal injuries and lacerations and cuts about his body. He was rushed to Elgin last night after receiving medical attention at Springfield. On the journey, the physician lapsed into unconsciousness several times. Mrs. Rupert is also confined to the hospital with a dislocation of her left wrist and severe body bruises and cuts.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
And we're back with WCK, Comfort Keepers Radio. So, Julianne, what got you interested in Comfort Keepers?
Mom passed. We were concerned about Dad being alone.
And Phil, what's it like to have a caregiver around?
Well, it's great. They help me get ready for the day and drive me wherever I need to go.
And I heard you guys are cooking together, too.
I'm learning.
It's been a huge relief knowing someone's there.
Learn more at ComfortKeepers.com.
Yeah, it's the Comfort Keepers call to order every day right here on WRMN AM 1410 and at WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's the call to order for our staff meeting. And we are on YouTube today. And we are proud to have Comfort Keepers on board with us here at WRMN for the call to order every day. You have a loved one who needs someone to visit the house and help that loved one stay at home for as long as safely possible. Look up Comfort Keepers of Elgin. 6:37 here at WRMN. Let's go to YouTube for a second and see who got us started today. On YouTube, it apparently was my friend Dennis D. Not So Young. He is first up on YouTube today. Good morning, First Shifters. Have a great day from the Nightmare on Elm Street. Dennis D. Not So Young. And Dennis we need to drink a couple cold ones, but every day I seem to be locked up here for long hours with America's First Responders Fest coming up, and then have other things to do late in the day and in the evening. So one of these days, maybe today, Dennis D. Not So Young, we'll see how long today stretches. It's going to be a long one. We have a late afternoon staff meeting committee meeting for America's First Responders Fest. We have to have one more meeting to make sure everybody's on the same page. What page is that? I'm not sure what page it is, but we're all going to try to get on the same page. Thanks to all the committee members for doing their part this year to make it all come together this weekend. We have Maggie Beyer. She's been the organizer. She's been the master organizer, making sure everybody stays on their P's and the Q's, and she's also been the director of vending operations, or vendor operations. And as it turns out, we're going to have more vendors this year than we've ever had before. It seems like they keep on coming in here late. So, but we'll make room for them, and it should be nice to have a lot of tables to check out during our festival on Saturday. If you're in the area, you want to stop by and see. I'll see if I can get a list maybe today from Maggie. I'm sure Maggie's going to bring one in. So tomorrow morning here on the show, I'll share with you all the vendors that are going to be there. A lot of information vendors. Get information about from the Vet Center and from Kane County Emergency Management and the Kane County Coroner's Office. And, of course, we'll have a lot of service clubs. We'll have American Legion Post 57 and the Moose Lodge, $7.99, to mention a couple. And many more. So let me get the full list, and I'll try to go over those tomorrow. We're also going to have Project Hope Animal Rescue Foundation. They're out of Gilbert's, and I've seen them at a couple of events this summer. I saw them at the Gilbert's Eagles Car Show, and then I saw them again over at the What Makes Elgin Township Tick event, and we've been able to get them to be a part of our event, and we're going to make a donation to the Project Hope Animal Rescue Foundation. And there's going to be some puppy dogs, and they're going to be playful because it's going to be 65 degrees on Saturday. They'd be playful anyway. But Project Rescue Animal Hope's going to bring their little van out, or the little bus, whatever it might be, and have a little gate, little fence set up with some of the puppies jumping around. Today will probably be Dunk Tank Decision Day. We have arranged for a dunk tank for the first time in our 4-year history, but and we've got it, fairly spoken for. 3 different Elgin police officers have agreed to be in the dunk tank. Hector Gutierrez and Heather Lencioni and Alton Gallagher, an Irishman. They were going to represent the Elgin Police Department in the dunk tank. We got our own friend David Tees running for Kane County Board, and Gretchen Butler, who's running for Kane for Kane County Auditor, and others that have, and including State Representative Dan Ugasti was going to jump in there, but I'm not sure how eager they're going to be ready to jump in the dunk tank at 65 degrees with chilly water. So we'll make a decision on that later on this afternoon. But lots to do coming up Saturday at America's First Responders Fest. Watch the bands, bring out your chairs, bring a lawn chair. My thanks to the Kane County Sheriff's Department. I spoke with Amy Johnson yesterday. She's the under-sheriff for Ron Hain. And the under-sheriff's going to make a stage presentation at 1 o'clock. The sheriff has, in past years, he's even been our MC before. Sheriff Ron Hain has, but this year it's going to be our undersheriff, Amy Johnson, presenting us with a law enforcement stage presentation, and maybe even a guest appearance from our police chief, if I can convince her. We'll see how that works out. I know our chief Anna Lally is going to be there for a little bit, but yeah, so we'll have that at 1 o'clock on Saturday. The national anthem, also great female, Shannon Harms and her 2 daughters are going to combine to sing the national anthem. That'll be at about 11 o'clock. Shannon sang last year. She's a firefighter for South Elgin. So that'll be nice at about 11 a.m. We got some different components to our Veterans Stage presentation at noon. That should be good. Good quality information about our great veterans. Mike Felice is going to lead the fire department presentation at about 2 o'clock. At 3, I think we're going to do emergency management with Beth Drendel from Emergency Management at Kane County and her boss, if you will. And I have not mastered his last name yet, so I get name anxiety when I try to pronounce his name. Buzicki, maybe? We'll see. We'll know it by Saturday. We're going to honor Public Works in the area, too. And as I mentioned, have 4 bands and 4 food trucks. So come on out. Arcade's providing the great cold beverages for you. And we'll have waters, and we'll have shirts. Director of Shirt Development, Heidi, has been working hard to try to somehow come up with a formula on how many of each size to buy. That is a tough job that Heidi has had. So come on out and bring a little money to buy a shirt to help support our event and give you something to remember the event by. This year we've concentrated on T-shirts. It's kind of ironic because in the past we've had very warm days and we've tried to make sweatshirts available to you. Thinking that fall's on the way, which it is, and you might like a sweatshirt. This year, thinking it's September the 7th and people would like T-shirts, we've gone heavy on the T-shirts. But grab one while you're out on Saturday. And be a part of our 5K too. Thanks to Glenn, the Catalyst Camps. Hey Glenn, I saw your text last night. I'll get you that information a little bit later on this morning, if you're listening right now. And I also saw that Glenn blasted out to his runners one more time that he works with all the time at Dick Pond Athletics to invite them to sign up for the 5K. I officially finally signed up yesterday, and I signed Lorena up, and that we're trying to get our numbers up a little bit for the 5K. It'll be at 10 a.m. Saturday morning, and it'll really kickstart our festivities. John Polero reached out to me last night, too, and I'm not sure I returned his text. John, I'm not sure if you're listening right now, but thanks for the reassuring text last night. Yes, it is here, my friend. He is the car czar. He handles our classic car show. So, and it has been a main feature of our first 3 events, and it will be again this year. So, just a fun combination of things. And the first time around when I talked about America's First Responders Fest, I didn't mention the car show. So yes, that's a huge part of our event. We'll have a car show trophy presentation at about 5 o'clock. What a day! Panton Mill Park this Saturday officially starts at 11 with the 5K at 10. Go to WRMN1410.com. Click on the AFR link on the AFR Fest link on the top right side. You can find out more information about the event. Take a look at our sponsors, our partners who make this possible, and sign up for the 5K. It's a fun run and walk. You don't have to be a runner. It's going to be a beautiful day for a walk down the Fox River Trail. Sign up on our website today. All right, 646 here at WRMN. I'm already behind the 8 ball here with sharing news and getting into our staff meeting a little bit, so let me do that now. We'll start with a couple of news stories. I'm looking at this one for the first time, so let's read this together. This is about the UW Whitewater student that was killed last Friday. Police have now identified, I think they knew who he was, but they have now identified the suspect charged in the Friday shooting death of Plainfield native and gymnast Kara Welsh, 21 years old. She was a rising senior at the University of Wisconsin at Whitewater. At the initial court hearing yesterday, a judge kept the $1 million bond set for Chad T. Richards, 23 years old, also a student at the university. On Saturday afternoon, Richards was arrested, taken to Walworth County Jail. And how would you describe where Walworth County is? Southern Wisconsin? Not too far north of the Illinois border, I guess. Is that accurate? Probably so, right? Richards was arrested, taken to Walworth County Jail, charged with first-degree intentional homicide, which is the Wisconsin charge for what other states commonly classify as murder. Intentional homicide. He's been charged with endangering safety by use of a dangerous weapon and disorderly conduct, also while armed. University rosters for the academic years listed Richards as part of the wrestling team during his freshman and sophomore years at the school. So he was on the wrestling team. She was a gymnast. They were both athletes. Welsh was a national champion, two-time All-American majoring in business management who chose to attend UW-Whitewater because she fell in love with the campus and the people. And unfortunately, she might have also fallen in love with Chad Richards. In the statement posted on the official UW-Whitewater athletics site, Welsh was described as a phenom on the vault. So she was a really, really talented gymnast. Let's see. As of Tuesday afternoon, a GoFundMe fundraiser organized by family friends had raised just over $40,000 to support the Welsh family. And I don't see anything more about Chad at this time, but I got $1 million bond. So he'll probably stay in jail, hopefully he will, throughout the course of his court proceedings. 6:49 here at WRMN. A jury took 50 minutes yesterday to return a guilty verdict in the case of a Florida man accused of driving drunk and more than 50 miles an hour over the speed limit. He caused a crash that killed a father of four from Des Plaines. Eldor Akalov, 37, convicted late yesterday, aggravated driving under the influence causing death and great bodily harm in connection with the 2020 crash along Route 83 in Des Plaines. Defendant was not in court to hear the verdict, now faces up to 14 years in prison when sentenced, possibly at his next scheduled court hearing, which is on the 10th of October. He appeared in court August the 27th for the first day of testimony, but then did not return the following day when he was supposed to be there. Cook County Judge Paul Pavlis issued a warrant for his arrest and sent jurors home. They returned Friday and the trial continued in his absence. He was driving north on Route 83 at more than 50 miles an hour over the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, so more than 85 and a 35, when the crash occurred about 7:05 p.m., January the 5th of 2020. Toxicology reports showed his blood alcohol level was 0.22, nearly 3 times the legal limit of 0.08. The crash killed Alejandro Arzeta, 46 years old, injured his 10-year-old son, Alejandro Jr. They were pulling out of a Des Plaines shopping center's parking lot when Akalov's vehicle struck their car, going over 85 miles an hour on a regular 35-mile-an-hour street. So he's going to get maybe up to 14 years on the 10th of October. 6:51 here at WRMN. A couple of early news stories today. Let's see. Nothing new to report on the Elgin shooting. I checked the Facebook page this morning. It was on top of the Facebook page, but there was no new news to report. A man shot on Preston Avenue on Saturday, I believe. And he did not die. He's going to survive, but there's been no arrest in the case as of yet. Preston on the east side of Elgin. 6:52 here at WRMN, so nothing new to report on that yet. All right, 6:52, let's get into our staff meeting for just a moment. Our Comfort Keepers call to action has been made today. And jumping in was Dennis D. Not So Young first. He's the king of YouTube today. Captain Keith, number 2. Have a great day, shifters. All shifters matter in the eyes of the captain. Captain Keith, senior engineer, Elgin High, class of 1978, back when life was great, and I was 8. Let's see. We got Becky Blue checking in, and I'm blue because I can't. There it is. Happy Wednesday, First Shifters. Have an awesome, in all caps, day with plenty of sunshine from me to you. Becky Blue sending us 12 rays of sunshine to our sunshine scoreboard, if we had one. We got Crazy Kathy. She says, hi. Hi. Back to you, certified. And the director, Dean Delaley, is in this morning. Dino says, God morning, FRV, first shift, our guy Larry and Marky B. Wishing everyone a great day. Enjoy them while they last. I hope they don't end soon. But enjoy them while they last, says Dino, going to be a big part of our event Saturday. He's the director. He's handling the volunteers. I heard from some of our other volunteers yesterday. We've got to make a good long list of volunteers and have all of their assignments set aside so everybody knows what they're doing on Saturday morning. That's part of what we'll talk about this afternoon in our committee meeting. 6:54 here at WRMN. And let's see, good morning from, well, let's see, we have to register the prayers from the director. 10 prayers from the director to us this morning. And prayers back at you, Dino. He's got one of his loyal friends, one of his dogs, is not doing well. Dino, the director. And we have a CK checking in. Good morning, Mark, Larry, and all the first shifters. Have a wonderful and safe Wednesday from CK, sending us 7 prayers as she pulls up to the radio station this morning. And 8 American flags, 34 on the prayer scoreboard. All right, well, let's take it into the top of the hour break by delving into music history for a moment again, as we always do. And then Larry will join me in the next hour, and we'll get into our show. Give us a call at 847-931-1410. We played a little Elvis last time around. What can we do this time? Let's see. 1962, the Beatles had their first formal recording session at EMI's Abbey Road Studios. While the band had committed several songs to tape on June the 6th, producer George Martin was not thrilled with the results. So he asked the band back into the studio to try again. This time they recorded 6 songs, including this song. It's early Beatles music for you to take us into our 7 o'clock hour. It's Love Me Do. Love Me Do, recorded in 1962 by the Beatles, right here on the first shift.
Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do. Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do. Someone to love
Let me do the Beatles from 1962. Heading for the top of the hour here, 7 o'clock on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. We're in the 50s this hour, but that's going to change kind of in a hurry this morning as we warm up into the 80s for the first time in several days. 82 for your daytime high today, 85 for tomorrow. A little rain possible tomorrow night, and then into Friday, a high of 70. Maybe a lingering isolated shower Friday morning, and then we clear out for the weekend. What a beautiful weekend we're going to have. 65 for America's First Responders Fest Saturday. Lots of sunshine. Sunday for the Bears' first game and our Burlington Parade coverage. We'll be at about 71 degrees. Larry Jones in with me in a few moments. Time for our top of the hour news break on the first shift.
You never know what or who you'll hear from on the first shift with me, Marky B. Like Tim Skoning, a WRMN news reporter back in the 1960s.
The jingles you all played, they were purchased by Dick Sutter. He was at some radio convention. He came back with this reel. I remember them playing that in the studio. We were so excited. We thought we were network now. And it's the same jingles today.
That's great.
Every time I hear them, I get excited about it.
I'm sure.
It's a lot of fun.
Fun times on the first shift, right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Twins Gyros, located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, serves traditional gyros as well as its award-winning chicken gyros on a pita. Twin Gyros has a diverse menu that includes barbecue ribs, chicken dinners, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Check out the full menu at twinsgyros.com. That's Twins Gyros at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, Illinois.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Bank of America Merrill Investments. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
For an absolutely amazing meal and attentive, smiling staff, try Red Ox Restaurant and Bar in Hampshire. They have a delicious Friday night fish fry. There's so many great dishes on the menu that'll keep you returning. Try their savory French onion soup. Then for your main course, choose from a wide variety of steaks and chops, fried chicken, shrimp, or juicy prime rib, done just the way you like it. Red Ox also has daily specials and a full bar for you and your friends. Visit redoxhampshire.com today.
When you need your banker, they should be ready to put you first. At Wintrust, you can have the banking experience you need and the one you deserve. Ready for a change? We've made it even easier. Our new sophisticated online platform makes opening accounts a breeze, but our bankers are always here for you. Open a new Total Access checking account in minutes at wintrust.com/fast. Plus, get $300.
$100 required to open. Requirements to qualify. Must use link to apply.
Member FDIC.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bears and Titans open up the NFL season this Sunday afternoon at Soldier Field. Top overall pick Caleb Williams named the team captain. Chicago released its first depth chart. Williams is starting quarterback with Tyson Bagent the backup. College football this Saturday, the Illini are home against number 19 Kansas. Southern Illinois on the road at Austin Peay. Eastern Illinois at home against Indiana State. On Friday night, Northwestern plays host to Duke, while Western Illinois visits Indiana.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 with the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale.
Let's go.
Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400 and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
There's a price war in the insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call the Term Lifeline right now and see if you can save 40%. $500,000 plans and up, that's our specialty. Even great smokers' rates. Protect your family today. Call the Term Lifeline right now for a free quote. 866-509-TERM, 866-509-TERM, 866-509-TERM.
Experts say regular auto maintenance is one of the most important things for your car. Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin covers all your automotive needs. From oil changes, brake services, and emission testing, Meineke's expert staff provides hard work and dedication with the utmost professionalism. Need an oil change? Visit Meineke in South Elgin for their 23-point inspection. Call 847-888-9644.
Take your family out or meet up with a friend for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Elgin IHOP, located at 101 Randall Road by the theater. They're open for dining 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Stop in at 3 p.m. for happy hour with discounted meal deals for early birds starting at just $6. You can choose from breakfast choices like the pancake sundaes or juicy burgers or maybe a classic burrito bowl. Check out the menu at ihop.com today.
One of the things we're proud of at WRMN is our connection to the local community. In fact, recently we hosted a fundraiser for a longtime listener, Gene Wheeler, and First Shift listener George Rollinson says it turned out perfectly.
Perfection is a moving target. You try to hit that bullseye and you zone in on it. It moves a little to the left and it moves a little to the right. I don't know. I'd say we hit a bullseye. I don't know how that could have been any better.
Working together to make Elgin better. We are WRMN AM 1410, serving the local community since 1949.
Oak Crest Residence is marking 120 years of continuous service for older adults. A private, non-for-profit community organization offering cutting-edge solutions for seniors with emphasis on personal choice and innovative programs. Located at 204 South State Street, you'll find short-term and permanent living along with daily options. This building is worth a visit. Blended with style and surrounded with historic significance. Make sure to ask to see the Cellar Pub, a resource available for private group rental. Really, this place has it all. During this 120th anniversary celebration year, the community is invited to join in for free lunches and programs. For more information, visit oakcrestatrium.org. That's oakcrestatrium.org.
Well, baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry. She done me wrong. She hurt my eyes open. That's no lie. Tables turning now. Her time to cry. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now. Because I used to love her, but it's all over now.
Rolling Stones start us off this hour here on the First Shift.
She used to run around.
Some early Stones from 64, maybe something like that. Welcome to the 7 o'clock hour. First Shift, it's 7:10. On this date in 2015, Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards told the New York Daily News that rap music was for tone-deaf people. He went on to say, all they need is a drum beat and somebody yelling over it and they're happy. There's an enormous market for people who cannot tell one note from another, said Keith Richards. Welcome to the First Shift today. Larry Jones is with me now. Do you agree with that statement, Larry Jones? The local legend, Larry Jones, joins the show.
Well, I don't think I'm a real rap fan.
No.
I don't think I am. I mean, it's got its place. Not with me. That's all. But if people like it, let it be.
Yeah.
Right? In the words of John Lennon. No, actually not. Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney?
Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be able to rhyme a lot, it seems, to be a successful rapper.
And you need to know a lot of bad words.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know.
You got to talk pretty fast.
Yeah, you do. You have to think fast. You got to be fast.
It does have rhythm to it.
I guess.
Because you have to, like, make the words kind of snap together to get people all fired up about what you're saying.
But isn't there a chance if you're successful, then you get killed?
Yeah.
The retirement plan's tough over there.
Yeah, it's hard to make it to retirement.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not making fun of people who got killed, but there's something with an industry that's part of the offspring. You know what I mean?
You become a legend when you're dead.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it pays to get killed.
I don't know if it pays to get killed. I don't know if I don't know about that. But anyway.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah?
You excited about? I know we don't want us to lead off with sports, but I have to. We're in the countdown now.
Yeah, I know.
We're in the countdown. I hope I haven't gotten sucked into the vortex of the Bears, and I hope it is somehow successful because I need something.
I know you do.
I need something. I like sports, but they've turned on me, Mark, and that's not fair. It's like having your pet bite you. That's not right.
Your own pet bites you.
Yeah, that's not right. So I hope.
Well, Sunday at noon, the Bears in Tennessee.
I know.
I know you need something because I know we all know how
We all know.
We all know.
They're on their way to a record, an expansion team record. They're breaking a record from a group of players who were just thrown together.
Yeah, basically.
With no plan. Yes.
Back in the Mets, right?
The Mets, yes.
You know, and back in 1962, I don't even think they helped expansion teams. Like now when they come in the league, they try to like...
No, everybody could just...
You can draft some players from different teams and stuff like that?
I don't know if they could draft or teams just looked and thought, yeah, you're not... Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, and so last night, the White Sox, I mean, they're not even losing. They're not even competitive. I mean, they're playing the Baltimore Orioles.
They're running into each other. Yes, it's hard.
Baltimore's in first place or whatever, but 13-3 and 9-0 in the first two games of that series.
I know, and I'm sorry. I have to apologize to you too.
You do?
I do. I owe you an apology. I'm not a fan of the Cubs, but I've appreciated them. They're fun to watch, but it seems that after I made that decision that I enjoyed watching them the last 2 days.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're hitters. They're not hitting. They're bullpen. Not bullpenning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I bring it along with me when I start being interested.
Well, that's how I feel about every time I come back around to the Cubs.
Yeah.
You know, they show me why I got so mad at them earlier in the season.
Right. I don't want to overstate my importance in pro sports, but it seems if I'm interested in the team, they're tanking.
Yeah.
It just seems that way. So I don't know. Maybe I should become like a Packers fan. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you could try that.
I don't know.
There's a game tomorrow night, right? And there's a game like on Friday night, too?
I didn't know that. I know there's a Thursday game, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do Pick Six, we may... Are we going to push it out a week, do you think? I mean, we're having a little trouble gearing up, and I'm not criticizing because, as in everything around here, I'm doing nothing. So I'm not criticizing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying maybe we need to take a little stress out of it and push it out a little bit. Let Jakes give him a little heads up that he needs to think football.
Yeah.
And things like that. And you talked about maybe we're going to change the format a little bit.
So start the Pick Six like in week 2?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Maybe that's not a bad idea because I don't have a sheet ready yet.
No, I think we should. That's what I'm thinking.
And we did get a commitment though from rookies again.
And we really appreciate that.
I don't have the cards yet.
No, but we appreciate them a lot.
Yeah.
We do.
So Village Squire and Rookies, All-American Sports Pub and Grill, and Alexander's and Old Republic.
That's a good hand to play.
That's a great set of restaurants right there.
I challenge, now I'm sure there are other places, but Old Republic's outside.
Yeah.
Every time we usually have lunch there after golf, and I'm always there looking around thinking, this is unbelievable what they did here.
I know.
Unbelievable.
I know, and you could be, if you were like, it kind of materialized during the COVID time.
It really, yeah.
I mean, all the other restaurants said we're closed.
And they said, we'll be out. We're out there. Yeah.
Come get us. We think we're going to stay open at least, and we're going to expand during this time.
Right.
And now it's really benefiting them because they have great music, live music there all the time, and it's a great place to watch live music.
Yeah. I've only ever seen one. I've been there a few times for dinner. I've only been there one time to see a band. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a cool place. It's a cool place.
So we'll have Rookies All-American Sports Pub. They're the official sponsor.
Yes.
And they'll be on board. And I guess maybe we'll wait until week 2. So should Tim and you and Jakes, if he's here Friday, and me just talk football in general this weekend?
Let's just even though they're going to kick the season off the day before that.
Yeah.
We can do the
general preseason preview show.
That's right. We can do the first shift preview. And I'll have no impression of anything. I don't even know. Besides the Bears playing Tennessee, I don't even know. I haven't even looked at the rest of the NFL schedule. That's why I said we need a week. We need a week to. We've got to. You have to change. You have to ease into your football helmet. You have to get in football shape.
Yeah.
Right. You don't just walk on.
So we're going to be the same as what I've blamed other teams for in the past. The first game of the season almost becomes like a preseason game. They're not prepared for the season yet.
Well, and we didn't have a preseason, so it should be a preseason. We have to think football. That doesn't come easy for me.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
That makes it good because I have so much America's First Responders Fest.
And that's another thing to get out of the way, which again is this Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little cool, but it's going to be a nice day. And maybe it'll feel a little fallish. But I don't know anybody who's ever frozen to death at 60-some degrees.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think it'll be fine. People should show up. Well, you guys work hard and put on a really nice event, and they should show up. And I think with weather like that from the car show side, and John Polero works very hard at it, there's going to be a lot of cars there. A lot. And
I know.
Yeah.
The grass should be good to go.
Should be good to go. Guys like to come there. I talk to people all the time who like that venue. They like being at Panton Mill. And I think there'll be a lot of things. Good bands.
Yeah.
Good bands. Good food. A lot of good people to visit with.
Mm-hmm. There'll be some kids' activities, too.
Yeah.
You're going to have a face painter. Kids love face painting, man.
I know. I was just trying to see if that would work for me. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
Live broadcast. WRMN is going to broadcast from 10 to 1.
Who's doing it?
You know, I think it's going to be a medley.
A mishmash of peoples?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tammy's going to come out and be one of our broadcasters.
Great.
I think Marcus, because Saturday was supposed to be the beginning of Marcus's sports show on Saturday mornings.
Right, to get out of the way of NFL, the NFL. Right.
So maybe we'll talk a little sports, but he's going to be out at Panton Mill Park with us.
That'll be good, too.
And I'm sure the rest of us will drift onto the air. Maybe I'll come for a post-5K interview.
Right. You can be like breathing really hard.
Let you know how I finished in the 5K.
Yeah, great.
You know what? I mean, you would, in a lot of aspects, people would probably like it a few degrees warmer, but 65 degrees, this is a hardy part of the country. We go to places when and 65 is not even cold.
It's not cold.
But we're just thinking of it as being that way because it's just been summertime.
I know. But it's much better than being hot and humid. Much better. You can always add a jacket. You can always put a sweatshirt on. Come and buy. Are there sweatshirts?
Yeah, there are, yeah.
If you come by be cool. We're a first responder fest sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll have T-shirts available, too, and long sleeve T-shirts, I call them.
I bought a long sleeve one at the first one, and I use it in Florida in cool mornings, as a matter of fact.
That might be the call on Saturday to buy one of those.
Not too much, not too little. Yeah, it'll all work.
They're black, so they're going to be sun absorbing a little bit.
Yes.
Which on a 65-degree day is a good thing.
That's a very good thing. And there'll be adult beverages available. Mm-hmm. So that'll help you get through it, too. 65, who cares?
Right.
You know?
When a great day, that's great running weather.
Yes, it is.
At 10 in the morning, it'll be, who knows, in the 50s maybe. Still.
I thought it was, I have like the shirt on and shorts. I didn't even listen to the weather. I came walking out this morning to come here at 6.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, that's a little chilly. It's a little chilly.
Yeah. Current temperature this hour is, let's see, it was 50 at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
52 now.
See, 2 degrees of sun. It's working.
Yeah.
Don't you sleep good, though? I sleep so good. The windows are open. I'm kind of burrowed down in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sleep good.
It's great when you feel like you're kind of melting in your bed.
Yeah.
Because the sheets are so nice and cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it's like sticky and hot.
No.
And you're just laying on the top, panting like a dog.
Yeah. Well, if you want to join the show today, give us a call. 847-931-1410.
And you should.
Yeah.
You should. Again, this is their show. You get to steer it. I kind of like, I don't know what I do, but anyway, it's theirs. If people, sometimes people say, oh, you guys like to talk about sports. We don't have to.
No.
We like sports.
Yeah.
So when it's left to us, we go there. You want to talk about anything, right?
Sure.
Don't talk about mean, nasty things to people, though. We're not going to do that. We're all encompassing. We have arms around everyone.
Wow.
We're kind of like We Are the World. Kind of like that.
Really?
Well, more like We Are the Fox Valley. But it's We Are the World.
Our world.
It's on a smaller scale. That's all it is.
Right.
Doesn't take as many arms to get around it.
True. So give us a call, 847-931-1410. I was just, one quick more thought on sports, then I'll get off it.
Okay.
We were leaving our camping trip
Oh, yeah.
On Monday, we were stopped at the dump station, which is the last stop before you leave the campground.
Should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I had the radio on, and I had it on 670 because I had, I think, listened to the Cubs game a little bit the day before.
Does that go out there well?
Yeah, not too
because
bad.
sometimes it's not even good with me, 670 is.
Yeah, but it was
static.
So it was just a regular sports talk show that was on.
Did they mention us? Just
the White Sox being us?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about the White Sox.
Oh, geez. No good.
Yeah, that's why I kind of heard a few stats that I hadn't heard. Like,
surprisingly good?
Not quite.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. They went 0-10 on their homestand.
Yeah.
It was the first time in history the White Sox have gone 0-10 on a homestand.
Yeah.
They're breaking all their history of bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What else? At the time, they were 7-44 in their last 51 games. Now they're 7-46 in their last 53 games.
Yeah.
Now they've lost 12 in a row. It's the first time since 1900 any team has had 3 12 or more game losing streaks.
Since 1900.
Yeah.
Where they played in wool uniforms and had baseball mitts that the fingers weren't connected to each other.
Yeah. You're right. I wonder if Major League Baseball, every other team in their division has a winning record, probably because they're in the division.
They get to play the White Sox.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, when you're looking at your schedule, you got to be like on beep, beep, beep. There's 6 wins.
If you lose one game to the White Sox, you've had a bad series.
I know.
I mean, you got to beat the White Sox. When you play them, if you're in the race, you can't afford a loss against the White Sox.
I know. I mean, certainly, it's sad for me. I make jokes. That's so I don't cry on the air. That's all it is. You know what I mean?
Really?
It's just heartbreaking. I've been a White Sox fan as long as I watched baseball. As long as I watched baseball, I've been. I remember being so excited at the 59 World Series. Even though they didn't win, it was so exciting that they were there doing something that you usually listen to when the Yankees were there or whatever. It was so exciting. And I never would have thought they would have only been there one more time in my life.
Yeah.
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 Well, you know that, though. I mean, you guys haven't exactly booked flights to the World Series every year either, I guess. But it's heartbreaking, and this is embarrassing. This is beyond not having your baseball needs met. This is embarrassing. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Does Major League Baseball, because, I mean, pro leagues, they're always rooting for parity in their league, right? So more teams are in the hunt, stuff like that. Do they finish a season like this, if you're the commissioner of baseball and you go back to your executives or whatever, and the White Sox, let's say, finish with 35 wins? Do you say, we got to do something about the White Sox? I mean, we can't have a team represent Major League Baseball like that. Do they actually have conversations like that?
I don't know. I don't know whether Jerry Reinsdorf and the rest of the owners, we always blame him because he's kind of the controlling partner. I don't know if they have the ability to put pressure on them or... I mean, the sad part, I believe, and now I'm just shooting from the hip based on no facts, but I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous. Is they probably still are profitable. And the team value probably goes up every year. And it's still probably worth $1 billion or whatever. So there's no price that you pay. You know who has to pay? The vendors. The guys who work, that do all of the connected jobs around there that are trying to make a living when nobody shows up at the ballpark. That's who the players get paid. It just makes me crazy. And us, we pay the price. They act like they don't owe us anything.
How can they still be, other than the fact that the franchise value might be going up because of
just what franchises become worth? Yeah.
Other than that, how could they be profitable?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, people are not really coming to their games.
They still have the baseball, I mean, the TV rights, the radio rights.
Yeah.
I don't know how that offsets and I'm not sure they're spending a great deal of money on that talent. I'm thinking.
I
don't know. I just find it to be sad. And if somehow the Bears turn out to be... I'm not walking around thinking, what am I going to wear to watch the World Series and who am I going to be with? But not the World Series, I'm sorry, the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But if they're not competitive, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know.
If they're not competitive, Matt Eberflus might be fired because that team's built to be competitive.
Well, certainly we believe that, don't we? The proof is in whether they are. I feel that they are. Everybody I listen to on the radio sees them as a team to be reckoned with, although a lot of people see them as number 3, number 4 in their division.
Really?
And that's more of a testament to people still thinking the Lions are tough and the Packers are tough, and maybe not the Vikes now,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, all new seasons start. It seems like teams that have been good the prior season.
Right.
When you're picking, you're coming up with your prognostications for the following season.
Yeah.
They lean towards picking the teams that were good last year.
Right.
And so the Bears have to prove themselves before they're suddenly picked to win the division.
I think you're right. And I think probably history proves that as well. It's hard you want them to hit the ground running, but you don't really know if a team will be able to hit the ground running. So,
yeah.
I'm just ready. I'm ready, Mark.
What would happen if the White Sox, let's just say, because this would be a great time for the White Sox to move to Nashville.
Yeah.
They're not getting a new stadium here anytime soon, it appears, right?
What would you think you would go and try to talk to the mayor of Nashville and say, good news, we're thinking about coming here, and he might say, what? You what?
Well,
no, I don't think so. Our background is music.
Major League Baseball might push the Sox in that direction. They might be thinking, well, this is the change the White Sox franchise needs.
It's not going to change till there's a change in ownership.
Yeah.
That's all, buddy. Is that music because it's time?
Yeah. But what happens if the White Sox, what would happen to White Sox fans if the White Sox left? Would they would they follow the Nashville team? Probably not. They wouldn't go to the Cubs.
No, I don't see them going to the Cubs.
No.
I have no idea what they would do. I don't know. They couldn't be any more unhappy than they are now.
Yeah.
Maybe they would just say, no.
Pick up a different hobby.
I think I'm an independent now. That's all. Yep.
All right, we're going to catch the bottom of the hour news here and then come back with your phone calls if you want to give us a call. We'll talk about some other things besides sports. 847-931-1410. We'll check out our YouTube chats with our staff meeting and the Image 360 information line. 7:30 on a beautiful morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. In Baltimore, the Orioles shut out the White Sox 9-0. It's loss number 109 of the season for the Sox. 12 straight losses for Chicago. They're the first team since 1900 with at least 3 losing streaks of 12 games in the same season. They were shut out for the 16th time and sit 11 losses shy of tying the 1962 Mets for the most losses in a single season.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 with the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates. The Cubs are still in the thick of the wild card race. Right now, they're 4.5 games out of the last spot, held by Atlanta.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale.
Let's go.
Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from September 4th, 1924. Elgin's long dreamed of and equally long deferred, new, modern, large hotel is on the way and will be a reality by May 1st, 1925. According to plans announced today, the hotel will be a $250,000 structure and modern in construction and equipment to be built on the northeast corner of Douglas Avenue and Division Street. In addition to being a credible and much-needed work of architecture, the hostelry will give Elgin accommodation for entertainment of conventions and gatherings, which limited hotel facilities in the city now tend to prevent coming here. The new hotel will contain 125 rooms. In other news, returning from a motor trip to Yellowstone Park, Dr. and Mrs. George F. Rupert of Elgin barely escaped with their lives when their machine turned over 3 times in an accident on the highway 69 miles south of Springfield yesterday morning at 10 o'clock. Today, Dr. Rupert was lying in a serious condition at St. Joseph's Hospital with a fractured and dislocation of his left shoulder, severe internal injuries and lacerations and cuts about his body. He was rushed to Elgin last night after receiving medical attention at Springfield. On the journey, the physician lapsed into unconsciousness several times. Mrs. Rupert is also confined to the hospital with a dislocation of her left wrist and severe body bruises and cuts.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
In 1976, the Bee Gees went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with this song, "You Should Be Dancing." Yeah. The song, which would later be featured on the Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, launched the trio towards disco stardom and marked the group's first chart topper to feature their trademark falsetto voices. Those must be the falsetto voices, Larry Jones.
I believe they are, buddy.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's tough to get the falsetto with your voice.
Yeah.
Back in the day, back when I was 8, life was great. 1978?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure my dad had this 8-track, and he played it some in the big console.
Oh, the 78, a Saturday Night Fever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of good music, actually. And I wasn't a disco fan.
Right.
But I kind of liked the music that came out of it, and I liked the performers that came from it.
That's a pretty good... This song's got a really nice upbeat beat to it, doesn't it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't... When I was in my formative music years...
Yes.
I was not allowed to like the Bee Gees.
You weren't?
Or disco. No, you had to be cooler than that as a guy.
Oh, I understand that.
But now that I don't care about being cool so much anymore, that I know that cool is something different than I thought it was when I was a teenager.
Yes.
I'm allowed to like the Bee Gees, and I think I do.
Okay.
I have to admit that on the radio.
Let it out, buddy. You'll feel so much better.
I feel better, yeah.
You feel like that weight's lifted from you?
I really do.
Good. That's so important to me.
Still don't like Wham, though.
No, I know.
No.
You know what I think, though, is you look at Saturday Night Fever and think, I really think that, not that disco music wasn't there, or discos, but it really was like a kickstart that it became more of a change than the old days from you had to be in a big city for it. That there might be a disco in West Dundee or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then I think was it after or before that Urban Cowboy came along?
Yeah.
Both John Travolta movies, and then all of a sudden that whole cowboy music, the country and western became more western, and line dancing and all that, and there was all of a sudden there was those kind of nightclubs, and accountants were trying to figure out where to buy cowboy hats and things like that. Yeah. Which I actually think, and I don't want to upset any people who are big fans of Urban Cowboy, I personally believe probably one of the worst performances John Travolta has ever had. Acting. His idea was just to scowl through an entire movie. Yeah, not good. Not good.
It's 7:40 here at WRMN.
Yes.
We had 2 first shifters just drive by.
We did.
We say good morning to Northwest Wes and Northwest Wesley Jr. II.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Have a great day at school, Junior II.
Yes.
Learn lots.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
And you should send us a daily report on what you've learned at school, so we know you're actually learning.
Yes.
Paying attention, as so many kids probably do not do in school.
Uh-huh.
You drift off a lot.
I did.
Yeah.
My mind was always somewhere more exciting. Somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the classroom?
No, in the world.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
I wasn't even in this classroom in my mind. I was off somewhere else. Yeah.
And Mark Cool Blue also just drove by, too.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Just hang loose, bro.
Doesn't that come from, like, Airplane?
It does.
Yeah. Is that Beaver's mom that says that?
It is.
Mrs. Cleaver? Yes.
We got a whole different look at Mrs. Cleaver.
Yeah, I know.
She was June Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
The perfect mom.
She was the perfect mom.
Which made that the perfect role for her on Airplane.
She made everybody look and think, I wonder why my mom doesn't wear, like, a dress or skirt and pearls when she's around the house, you know?
Right.
We all grew up from those shows with distorted views of life, and then we struggled on afterwards.
My family's not quite that wholesome.
No, and my parents didn't sit around and brainstorm how to make life fair. You know what I mean? I don't think I had anyone, my mom saying, I think you're a little bit hard on the Larry. I don't think that happened. She probably said, yeah, give that little a smack for me, too.
Yeah. 7:42 here at WRMN. Let's go to the phones.
We got calls?
Yep.
There you go. I knew if we held out long enough.
Yeah, we've earned it. We've worked hard.
Well, we can't keep this pace up for 2 hours.
Conversation. We have generated thoughts.
We have, and we've covered a lot of ground, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 847-931-1410. We'll check some YouTube comments and Image 360 information comments here soon, too. But first, we go to George. Late last week on the program, we had George on hold for a while, then he finally gave up on us.
I'm sure.
George usually doesn't, but even he had enough waiting.
I understand.
Hey, George, good morning.
Actually, Mark, I didn't have enough waiting. I think I had an appointment that I was walking into. So I would never be that disrespectful to your time and Larry's time. Nonetheless, I'm calling for a song request for later.
Okay.
And this is important, Mark, that you, if you can, follow these instructions. And I'm dedicating this song to two very loyal First Shift listeners. The song is I've Got You Under My Skin, but I would like the version, the cover by Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett. So if you YouTube it and just search Lady Gaga, Tony Bennett. Please make sure you get the official music video. I don't want any remastered thing. That is such a wonderful song. And, of course, Cole Porter's song from the 1930s or 40s. Frank Sinatra made it iconic. And I was blessed growing up in a home. We didn't have much of anything. Single mom. My sister's 10 years older. But my mom she had her Father, Son, and Holy Ghost of music, and music filled our apartment in Chicago. And my mom, it was Frank Sinatra, it was Dean Martin, and it was Tony Bennett. So I grew up loving Tony Bennett. And here Tony Bennett was in his 90s when he recorded that song with Lady Gaga. And so that's my song request. I've Got You Under My Skin. I'm dedicating it to Bob and Barb, Black Hawk Brad's parents.
Yes.
And I don't know when their anniversary is, but I tell you, they've been married 72 years.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know how you do that. I've had trouble making it into the double digits. So 72 years, I really, the love embedded in that kind of relationship, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. I mean, you have to work at that sort of marriage, that sort of relationship, being in love, a lifelong love. My God, what a blessing, and what a blessing that we have them, and we have them listening. So I'm dedicating I've Got You Under My Skin, Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett, to Bob and Barb. That's number one.
You also have to be pretty old.
I guess, but what? I look at, Jimmy Carter, and I love Jimmy Carter. He was not a good president. No question about that. He was, he micromanaged everything. He was a brilliant guy. He's a nuclear engineer on an aircraft carrier, Navy, but not a good president. But I think he met Rosalind Carter when he was 15, 16, 17 years old, and they spent their entire life together. And again, another one of those just once-in-a-generation type love stories that I just so admire. And I think, and I've mentioned this before, I think of Bob Balsam and his late wife, and these love affairs that just are magic from the minute that you look at someone until they say goodbye. So,
yeah.
And so that's my song dedication.
Okay.
We talked about John Travolta. Never a big fan. I like Saturday Night Fever. Not a disco guy like Larry. But John Travolta made a movie, and Urban Cowboy was 3 or 4 years after Saturday Night Fever. The redeeming thing about Urban Cowboy is Deborah Winger was in it, which, there was something very, very special about her, Larry. You remember her from an Officer and a Gentleman.
I certainly do. Yes.
Yeah, no kidding. And, and she and Richard Gere did not like one another. You would not think that, given the passion in their love scenes in that movie, or the celluloid passion, but they did not get along. And Deborah Winger was a little bit of a drama queen, and she dropped out of Hollywood early on and I think stayed away. But nonetheless, there is a movie called Battleship Earth with John Travolta, where he plays some kind of dreadlock-wearing, the Earth is in chaos and aliens, or there's a group called the Psychos or the Cyclops or something, and he's the leader of that group. That is Battlefield Earth, is hands down not only John Travolta's worst movie, maybe one of the worst movies in cinema history. So,
boy,
so there you have it.
That's that must be for it to be his worst movie. That's got to be an epic.
That's Chicago White Sox bad.
That's exactly right.
What does that say? Larry, you made such a good point, and I tell you, I felt embarrassed by myself that through this whole horrible, disappointing, disheartening year, I never thought about those vendors at Guaranteed Rate and how they've taken it. Jerry Reinsdorf, you know what? I didn't like him from day one when he and Eddie Einhorn bought the White Sox. Jerry Reinsdorf is an overrated owner. Yeah, he had the Bulls. You know what? Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause are two of the most overrated management people in the history of sports. You give me Michael Jordan, I guarantee you, I would have won 6 championships, probably more, as general manager of that team. And for every good move Jerry Krause made, he made 4 bad moves. But nonetheless, never liked Reinsdorf. It's a shame what he's doing. But, you're never going to see Jerry Reinsdorf in a bread line. No tag dates for him. No tag dates for any of those players. What's the league minimum, Larry? $700,000 a year?
Right.
But those vendors have taken a major, major hit. And I thought to myself when you said that, I was watching a game the other night, and it looked like there were 3,000 fans there. And it never really registered. Like, what are these poor vendors going through? They still have to be there. They're not making any money. I bet you they're making probably less than minimum wage.
I bet you're right.
All commission.
I thought about that, George. I went to a game a couple of Fridays ago, and it was Elvis night. And so it drew probably a bigger crowd than it right now. And I still looked, and the vendors were they weren't doing anything. They weren't doing anything and growling to each other if they happened to wander in each other's space. And it was just it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
You go on a tavern on the green up at Wrigley Field, and those vendors are making money hand over fist, whether the Cubs are winning or not.
Right. So.
All right, George. Well, thanks, buddy, for calling in. And what was the Chicago song I didn't play the other day?
Dialogue.
Dialogue. Okay.
It's Dialogue 1 and 2. It's the first, and Larry knows that song very well. That is an anthem. That is an anthem for what young people were going through in the late 60s. And it breaks off. The first part is a dialogue between Terry Katz, who's legendary, great guitarist, great vocalist, and Peter Cetera, another founding member of Chicago. But it's a dialogue between the two of them representing two different points of view. Peter Cetera, kind of a hippie-ish, laid-back. Terry Katz in the song, more active politically. And it's great. The second part is a little bit redundant, Dialogue 2. It's not redundant. It's just the same refrain over and over again. But Dialogue 1, and you'll know when the break, Mark, it's 3.5 minutes. So it's right in your time frame.
Okay. All right, George. Thanks, man.
When I request these songs, I try to be mindful of your song. I believe I could give you a litany of Bob Dylan songs, but I don't think you want to be playing a 7-minute, Queen Jane approximately or something like that. Or I dedicate a song, a Joni Mitchell song, The First Ship Sherry.
Probably not, but there could be the day. But well, thanks for calling, George.
Okay.
Thanks, George. Talk to you, but
take care. We'll see you guys Saturday.
You bet, buddy.
Yeah, I'm glad you're going to make it.
Big deal. I'll stop in. That's for certain. And absolutely, you should be so proud. The whole station should be proud of themselves for putting this thing on. I don't know if people realize, Mark, and I'll let you know, how much work goes into this thing, because I've been involved in those events, how much work goes into it. And this is not something you're doing to turn a profit. You're doing this because of your support for first responders and also just support for the community. And Dean DeLaley said something when he was filling in Monday, Dean and Sonar, and he said, we are all first responders.
Yeah.
I called him later, and I said, that is so simple but so poignant at the same time, and it's true. In today's world, when you got a guy walking into the blue line in Forest Park and shooting 4 people for nothing, we are all first responders. We have to be. See something, say something. So that's the end.
Yes, sir.
Talk to you later.
All right, George, take care. George checking in. 847-931-1410, the number to call. We have a couple of more calls.
Okay.
James is next, and let's see what he's got on his mind today. Good morning, James.
Hey, good morning. I hate to bust up your tranquility, but I wanted to bring something up that I think we dropped last week, and I guess it persists to be in the news, according to what I received from a friend in the Daily Herald, was the subject of free speech, which came up a couple of weeks ago, I think, in Kane County. And so I'm reading this recent article, and picking out some important facts, I guess, if you want to call them important facts, but things that are quoted in the newspaper article about on the subject of specifically of this thing in Kane County. But I'm looking at it from I guess I'm looking at it through a broader lens. It's not just Kane County that this issue is important to. But a couple of the interesting things in the article was that in Illinois, the Illinois Municipal Code specifically has some parts to it regarding this subject that do allow municipalities to prohibit certain activities regarding this. And so, it's kind of, for obvious reasons. And I guess that is one of the things that this particular political person in the county board had focused on, even though I think it was kind of a cheap shot on her behalf, that she didn't want these people soliciting because they were opponents to her.
Right.
And that's the way I get it, and I'm kind of summing it up in that way. But, I'm looking at this like I said, through a broader lens. And then again, I thought also that, people have been somewhat discouraged for many, many years to talk religion and politics. Don't talk religion and politics. It's too divisive. It creates hostility. And this has been kind of an undercurrent, I think. I don't know how long this has existed. I'm sure you guys have heard this right through your lives. Don't talk politics and religion.
Especially at a bar. That's what I always heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it could create hostilities in that situation. But I look at it from a different point of view. I think that it's critically important for people to talk religion and politics, because these two things are the most influence on our culture and our society when you think about it. Politics is government. Government affects us. I had a friend of mine one time say, "I'm not political." Mm-hmm. I said to him, "Do you vote?" He said, "Sure." I said, "Well, then you're political." You follow me?
I think you can vote and not really follow politics that closely, but you feel like it's your duty to vote. Would that be a fair statement, Larry? I mean, even if you decide you're not that interested in following day-to-day politics.
I'm going to have to get that car towed away that's right in front of the window.
Got a glare on your face.
That's like ricocheting light, like a laser in here.
Yeah, I'll close it a little more.
Well, I don't know if you can get it enough, Mark. But anyway, in a way, I think it's a political act, and sadly, people sometimes don't base it on politics, and then it becomes, thanks, Mark, that it's sometimes too bad You know what I mean? It's too bad that they don't base it on someone's looks or something. Yeah. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't think they're that it's politics. They think it's just what you're supposed to do as a citizen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that you bring up a good argument there, and it's so someone that votes that doesn't, you know, believe that they're political in nature, that they don't study politics. I think it's a different subject actually, but okay. So I'm going to go out and vote, and as Larry says, I'm not really going to vote on the issues. I'm not going to vote on policy. I'm just going to vote because I have to. It's my duty. And I like the guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And see, this is the problem, actually, I think, what's happened in this country from a broad spectrum, not just the subject here in this situation in Kane County, but people just do it because it's what they're supposed to do, but they don't really connect it to their own existence. They don't realize that who they're voting for and the policies and the issues at hand are going to directly affect them.
Right.
It's kind of like there's this disconnect, right?
Right.
Yeah. But when in fact the reality is it does affect everything that affects us through taxation and policies and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Hey, James, you want to hold through the break, or we got to take this break now?
Well, it's up to you guys. You want to drop the subject, you know?
No, we can hold you on, but it's going to be a few minutes if you're okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. We got the news coming up, top of the hour. James will rejoin us in the next hour.
The Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Dine out with family and friends at Nick's Pizza in Elgin or Crystal Lake. Nick serves up award-winning thin crust and Chicago-style pizza. Eat in or carry out. In addition to Nick's fabulous pizza, let Nick's cater your events with pizza, pasta, Italian beef, and other delicious offerings. Their big banquet rooms can accommodate all your event needs. So, for great pizza in a Northwoods, cabin-style atmosphere, bring family and friends to Nick's. Visit nickspizzapub.com.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Bank of America Merrill Investments. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, You know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
As grocery prices rise, take your family out to any of the Tommy's Red Hots location for great food at unbelievably low prices. There's 6 locations to serve you for both dine-in or carry-out. Tommy's has a diverse, delicious menu for you and your family with crispy pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and their famous hot dogs, plus so much more. Don't forget their scrumptious sides like mac and cheese bites. To see their menu and locations, visit Tommy'sRedHots.com today.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates Radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 with the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates. The Cubs are still in the thick of the wild card race. Right now, they're 4.5 games out of the last spot, held by Atlanta. In Baltimore, the Orioles shut out the White Sox 9-0. It's loss number 109 of the season for the Sox. 12 straight losses for Chicago. They're the first team since 1900 with at least 3 losing streaks of 12 games in the same season. They were shut out for the 16th time and sit 11 losses shy of tying the 1962 Mets for the most losses in a single season.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale. Let's go. Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge. Proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
What makes a great pizza restaurant? The obvious answer, great pizza. A local favorite since 1983, Pizza Pub Wisconsin Dells has been serving up the best pizza in the Dells. Year after year after year. Not hungry for pizza? Try the homemade lasagna, chicken parmesan, burgers, salads, and an extensive kids menu. Or take a trip or two to the all-you-care-to-eat lunch buffet. Pizza Pub, walking distance to water parks and hotels in Wisconsin Dells. Visit the Milwaukee County Zoo this summer to enjoy so many species of fun. Home to more than 2,200 animals, representing over 340 different species. The zoo educates, entertains, and inspires. Stomp back in time with the zoo's summer exhibit, Dinosaur Discovery, sponsored by Sendik's Food Market. You'll be astounded by the gigantic and scientifically accurate animatronic displays. Touch, feel, and learn about the role of predators in the ecosystem. Running through October 5th. Visit MilwaukeeZoo.org.
WRMN says thank you to all of our local veterans, like Jerry Christofferson of True Patriots Care.
We had the 1,700 flags up across from the wall. That's how many POWs and MIAs from Vietnam are still missing. Plus, we do veterans and first responders funerals.
Yeah.
And so if you ever drive by a funeral home or a church or a cemetery and you see the flags, you know a soldier died today.
Go to TruePatriotsCare.com for more information. And veterans, thank you for your service to our country.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast, right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
As the first shift continues here at WRMN on a Wednesday morning, beautiful day in store again. Here in the Fox River Valley as we head for a high of 82 degrees today, 86 tomorrow, then 70 Friday and 65 Saturday. Up and down the temperature ladder. Fleetwood Mac starts us off. I love how Fleetwood Mac songs start, some of them. They're just so crisp, like...
Well, I think having your drummer be part of the name gives him a bit more of a part than a lot of drummers get to play in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That when it's like Mick Fleetwood, and it just works out. I like that song a lot.
This one?
I do.
Yeah.
And I think it shows again how Christy McVie, what a nice pure voice she has. Had.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know you're a big fan of.
Huge.
Of
Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, I like both of them though.
I mean, I like Stevie Nicks. I don't know. I don't like all of her songs. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I like her in duets with people. I think she's the perfect partner to have sing with people.
When you have Stevie Nicks singing, not all songs, but a lot of her songs with Fleetwood Mac and even solo, the song has drama in it, or it sounds dramatic.
Yeah.
And when you have Christy McVie, it just sounds simple and fresh, and I'm saying that in a good way.
I know. Good, because I was thinking, I like it. Huh. No, I agree. I think, you have that in everything, right? You have when you had McCartney songs and Lennon songs, and they were all different kind of things, and I think it's kind of that way with them. I really like Fleetwood Mac, though. Yeah. I like them a lot.
This is, and this is the part I'm talking about, the way the song starts. It's just so crisp. Like, check this out. Just that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I agree. It kicks right off.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, back to the phones we go. 847-931-1410. He has held through the break. We're talking about freedom of speech.
Yes.
And the big debacle, if you want to call it that took place outside the Kane County Municipal Building.
The government center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week. And there's actually a Kane County board meeting this morning, I believe.
They were going to talk about it again?
I'm sure. I'm sure the people that were the Republicans, basically, that were passing out the materials as people were entering the building, and then I guess they were restricted on where they could pass that stuff out.
It's a pretty small little plot that they've got there, you know.
Where they put the sign that says free speech zone or whatever?
Free speech zone.
Yeah. So I'm sure during the free speech minutes before the actual board meeting starts today, a number of those people, probably Brian Anderson, who does our Kane County Speaks show here on WRMN, he always uses his minutes and signs up and speaks before those meetings. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a little bit heated, maybe.
Maybe so.
But nobody has to respond to those speakers.
No, you don't have to at all.
They just say what they're going to say,
and then just call the next person.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better not to.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, not from an elected person, but from sitting up there trying to get things through, move through an agenda.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it's better if the elected officials just kind of look and give a nod like thank you, and then go on.
Otherwise, if it's a really heated topic that the person's talking about, the meeting could go off the rails.
Oh, of course it can. Of course.
They would never get to the meeting. It would become a big argument and a big debate.
Yeah, I know.
So, good morning, James. Welcome back.
Hey, okay. So anyway, as I was saying, if you look at this, one of the most basic and clear examples of this free speech issue, in general, okay, not this specific thing with King County, but let's say that what we're doing right now, okay, as an example, we're talking freely about a subject that came up, and it has to do with what we're saying, free speech. You were exchanging ideas, we're exchanging thoughts, and so what if someday talk radio is monitored for content, and they say, well, you know what, we don't like what this guy's saying, we're going to hit the button and put him on disconnect or whatever, right? Okay, so that's where this thing can all go to eventually. Maybe I'm making too much out of it, but you mentioned earlier, or we were talking kind of jokingly about talking about religion and politics in a saloon or a tavern.
Yeah.
But let's go back in history. This country, before the revolution, that's what people were doing. They were sitting around in taverns, talking, exchanging ideas, talking about politics, talking about their relationship with the King of England and all this other stuff, which was, I guess, viewed at that time by the British government as sedition. But that's where this all comes from. The idea that we are able to express ourselves freely, as long as we're not causing harm to anybody else, is kind of a basic right that we have as Americans. So, who knows where this thing is going to go, but I think it's an important issue that people should pay attention to. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents, guys.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling, James. Thanks for waiting through the break.
Thanks, Jim. Take care, pal.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
I always think it's interesting that if, let's say, there was a Republican county board chair,
right,
and they had implemented such a thing, then of course the Democrats would have been like carrying on like crazy.
Yeah,
it
just reverses depending.
All it does, just every which way. I think that it's just whoever's in power has the say, and whoever would like to be in power gets to be indignant about it. That's how it works.
I think the Kane County Madam Chair, Corinne Pirog, is her what she said, I think, was, people are trying to walk in and out of this building and people are in their way. It's like you're being...
I know. And they're saying bad things about me. And and I only base that on what I read today. I don't even know what they were trying to hand out. I just know, again, that when you're in power, you have more input into things like this than if you're trying to get in power or back in power. One or the other.
You might not want to come in the building if people are just like...
I know.
That's what she's saying.
Well, yeah. In a way, it's like people...
Kind of, there may be a little bit of truth to that. Do you want people handing you stuff all the time?
It's like people who are begging. right?
Right.
I mean, it's the same in a way, and I understand there is a use for distributing information, but in a way, people, I would not go into a business if there was someone panhandling right in front of it, probably.
Yeah.
Unless it was the only place around that you could do something.
Or if you parked your car and you saw there was about 4, I don't know how many people, maybe it was just one.
Yes.
But you saw maybe a couple people that were about to hand you something.
Exactly. I think in a way, that's why when people picket, it becomes actually a pretty strong tool, because some people want to avoid any type of confrontation. And they'll think, you know what, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'll go somewhere else.
By the way, Corinne Pirog is going to be on the Apolitical Talk Show at Sonar next Tuesday.
Oh, so she can talk about this vast acreage she set aside for First Amendment.
That's a nice sign they got made.
It is a very nice sign. Yeah.
But they can't really... Sonar and I were having a little conversation about it yesterday.
I'm sure he's a big supporter of giving people like a tenth of an acre or whatever it is.
Well... You can't prohibit
of course you can't.
Free speech, right? So that's just a sign they made to try to guide people over there, but they can't actually enforce that, can they?
I don't know if you fulfill your responsibility by giving people a place to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I'm not sure. Maybe it'll end up being challenged, and it'll move up through the courts, and we'll get a clear definition of what that means. Is it still free speech if you're told you can only do it here, away from anybody you're trying to share your feelings with?
Right.
I mean, it's like putting him. You know where you're going to do your free speech? In the broom closet over here. Sit back, enjoy your rights. Talk to you after a while. Yeah.
Did you get the sound barriers put in that room so none of that sound can get out?
That's exactly the cone of silence. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's probably been. It can't be new just because it's new in Kane County. You know that through time this has been argued, and I don't know what it takes to fulfill it. I have a feeling they did this with at least some input. I mean, the state's attorney's office is the county attorney. That's
yeah.
And so I'm sure that now there's always a chance that they said, well, you can do this, but it's going to be challenged. And they thought, well, we'll do it anyway. I don't know. Who knows? I think it'll be interesting to see. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the, what did we compare? Oh, yeah, like when I was talking to Sonar yesterday in the hallway, it wasn't on the air.
Yes.
I said, it's like in South Elgin, not too long ago, one of the business owners over there on Randall Road, I think, put some signs out in front of the building saying no panhandling here.
Right.
Well, you can't do that, or you can't restrict panhandling, I guess, where the signs were put.
Only on private property.
Yeah.
You can't do it on public property. Yes.
So, but if you put signs out there, some people might believe it, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
So, anyway.
I know.
847-931-1410. Let's check in with Gary Dice.
Okay.
Good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
Hey, Gary.
You can have all the freedom of speech you want to come to Gary's Garage.
There you go.
You don't have to hold back.
Talk about anything. You might get yelled at a little bit, but you can talk about anything you want at my Gary's Garage.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you said you weren't going to do the Pick Six this week?
I'm just not prepared yet.
I didn't catch it all because I was doing something else. I didn't catch it all. I figured you'd probably be too busy with the First Responders Fest.
Right.
Yeah, I think we're going to start it next week.
I mean, I'm not complaining about it. That's what I heard. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start it. And again, it's a good idea Larry had, because it was a short week, and we have America's First Responders Fest, and it's just too much to scramble together. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I understand 100%, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, Hey, Mike, can you order me a free X T-shirt for First Responders Fest?
Yeah, 3X?
Yeah, gray one if you can get.
Gary Dice wants it. Yeah, we are going to have gray and black, so those are the two choices.
Yeah, I want gray.
Okay. Heidi, you listening? She's the director of shirt development. But yeah, I got you down, Gary.
Okay, I appreciate it very much, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you later.
Heidi going to be at First Responders?
Oh, yeah.
Haven't seen her in a long time.
Yeah, she's going to be handling the shirts. Shirt sales.
Remember the old days when she was a regular? Those were the days.
When she hung out here?
We had all those lovely ladies.
We still have most of them.
We still have quite a few.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as having the entire group. Not the entire group.
Right.
The damsels of Douglas. They were lovely.
Wow.
Yes.
Come back one day, Heidi.
Yeah, just come back.
Join the group one day.
Just one time.
It's 8:21.
And do it in the next couple of months.
Yeah. It'll be to your own benefit. The weather will still be warm outside.
Yeah, exactly. If people are afraid of 60-something, do it soon. Yeah.
Right. 8:21. Let's check in kind of quickly here with David. Good morning, David.
Hey, David.
Hello. So I think why a lot of people don't discuss religion and politics is a lot of times they think their way is the only way, and or the other side offers no solutions, and it doesn't pay to talk because it's just ego versus ego.
Probably some, yeah. Some people are very sure that they're right about their thoughts.
People are the same way about restaurants and books and movies. They're so sure that they look at things and they can't believe you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you end up with a lot of arguments, and that's why it's hard in government. You got, like village boards and, getting all these heads together. It's kind of like, at least with some people, it's like, I'm going to let my ego and what I know I'm right. Everyone else, they could just take a back seat. Sometimes that really is the case. They do know the right way or their religion. Yeah, that's another topic. But I see both sides of that. Sometimes the people who think they're right really are right. But to communicate that to someone else, everyone's got to analyze and see things how they, based on a lot of factors, and see what's right for themselves or what they agree with or don't agree with. So it's hard to unite all that.
Right.
Have a good rest of your day.
All right, Dave. Thanks, man.
Okay.
All right. Our boy David giving us a call and joining us with his thoughts. 847-931-1410. Making it through this Wednesday morning. Gorgeous outside. It's that time of the day where the sun has different impacts on the studio, so we have to open and close the curtains or the drapes or whatever they are, the blinds. Let's go back to the phones here and check in with our friend Trusty Pat, who shares some thoughts on these type topics. Good morning, Pat.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, good morning. Morning, gentlemen. I'll start to say I really enjoy listening to George's comments. Genius George is so intelligent, very non-controversial in everything he talks about, and I just really like that about George. I love it when George calls in and I'm able to listen to it. James' comments about politics are somewhat true in certain ways. My wife and I avoid talking politics with some friends that we know that are Trumpsters. I don't want to get involved with it and so forth. I just, you're not going to change their mind. There's nothing to say to change anybody's mind that way. We have become very, I want to say that we became very divided as a country on politics recently. It wasn't that way when I grew up. It seems like we had Democrat neighbors, and we could hold political, discussions or talk about it, and didn't get heated. It wasn't, I don't know, it just was different. Different feeling about it some way. Our old church started talking politics. My wife and I dropped out of it right away. I don't think church is a place that politics should be spoken about at all. Our present church right now is that Larry knows where I go. There's never politics spoken one way or the other, and I really like that about that. My wife's closest friend in Southern Illinois, she grew up next to him. It was more like a brother because they were both only children. He became so political in his talk that it's affected their relationship, and it really is. It's troubling to her. I know in that way, and so it does become divisive to talk politics, and I'm really sad that we've gotten to that way. But I think James makes some good points. Let's talk about free speech in areas, and I recall going to a U46 board meeting like 35 years ago or something was going on. I had a contract pending, and I had to be there to talk about it. And there was a gentleman that I understood that got up, and I think at the time they had 5 minutes of free speech. He got up and read a passageway from a book, and he just kept going on and on and on, and I used to have to cut him off. But he did it every meeting.
I remember that, Pat. I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Exactly.
And he lived down the hill from me on Cedar Avenue. That's when I lived on Cedar Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy seemed like he was an okay guy, but just was wacko.
It certainly didn't make sense, did it? It made no sense.
No, and I can't recall what his issue was. He had an issue about books or something at the time, but it just was. It's just so sad that a meeting time from everybody. Well, a friend of mine, of course, was a board member at the time, Bill Castillo, and Bill was a great board member. He was in charge of the finance committee at the time. Say back in the early '90s. He unfortunately died of cancer in 1999, and Bill, I can recall, I was exasperated by this gentleman because their meetings were lasting till midnight to 1 in the morning. Their 46 board meetings were back then. And I recall he shared with us at Thanksgiving he decided not to run again. And his son, who was going to be a freshman in high school at the time, the same age as our children, he talked about what they were thankful for this Thanksgiving. And he commented that he was thankful he had his dad back because of the amount of time he spent on board meetings. But, just spending time speaking about things that are, I don't know, just kind of so one-sided and, I don't know, some ways. You just waste everybody's time sometimes in free speech for meetings. But I remember there was a gentleman that started showing up at our township meetings. I was on the township board, and he had gotten, I think everybody knows who was done, he got kicked out of the Gail Gordon Library, even though he's on the Gail Gordon.
I remember that. You're an elected official who cannot be in your own thing that you're the official of. Yes. That's a sad state of affairs, isn't it?
Yeah. I talked to him about it. He was so against their spending policies down at the library. And Carol Metal, and in fact, he just had a problem with her, and he couldn't do it in a civil way. And he started showing up at our board meetings, and I was like, oh, my gosh, what's this guy going to do? And he just listened. And I called about 6 months into it. He came up to me and said, hey, Pat, I think you really do a good job. And I thought, wow. And
I don't know if that's a good endorsement or not.
Yes, I don't know either, but I didn't.
Hey, Trusty Pat, I got about 15 seconds here before the bottom of the hour.
I'll let you go, but anyway, that's my comments.
Thanks, Pat.
Anyway.
Thanks, buddy.
very much.
Okay, talk to you.
All right, Trusty Pat, always good comments.
Yes.
Good guy. Nice
Very
to hear.
commonsensical look at things, I might add, and I like that.
9:30, let's check out some news on the first shift. 8:30.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America, N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bears and Titans open up the NFL season this Sunday afternoon at Soldier Field. Top overall pick Caleb Williams named the team captain. Chicago released its first depth chart. Williams is starting quarterback with Tyson Bagent the backup. College football this Saturday, the Illini are home against number 19 Kansas. Southern Illinois on the road at Austin Peay. Eastern Illinois at home against Indiana State. On Friday night, Northwestern plays host to Duke, while Western Illinois visits Indiana.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 at the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale.
Let's go.
Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
And we're back with WCK, Comfort Keepers Radio. So, Julianne, what got you interested in Comfort Keepers?
Mom passed. We were concerned about Dad being alone.
And Phil, what's it like to have a caregiver around?
Well, it's great. They help me get ready for the day and drive me wherever I need to go.
And I heard you guys are cooking together, too.
I'm learning.
It's been a huge relief knowing someone's there.
Learn more at comfortkeepers.com.
I'm gonna rid myself a house in the shade of the freeway. Gonna pack my lunch in the morning and go to work each day.
Jackson Brown.
I like Jackson Brown.
Me too.
I like Running on Empty. I like that song a lot.
Yeah, I like a lot of his songs.
Yeah.
I like his voice.
I do too.
It's a soothing voice.
And he plays the piano, which is something you'd like to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to be the guy who could just sit down and do that. But you know why I'm not? 2 things: ability, and maybe the lack of ever seeking out the ability, learning. If it didn't happen, if I don't have a natural sense of it, it's not happening for me.
Yeah, it would take me I mean, I could sit there and try. I mean, if I was actually taking lessons,
yeah,
I would have a hard time because I think it's really, you got to be really meticulous and
you have
concentrate.
You have to practice a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
But Jackson Brown with a voice like that and being able to play piano.
Yeah.
Don't think he had any problems with the ladies.
Oh, I bet not.
Yeah. The
Good
Pretender.
For him. Good for him. I feel better knowing that because I was worried that during that time when he had hit records and looked good, that he wasn't doing well with women. I was really afraid for him.
Plus, I mean, I don't even, I'm looking at the album cover of the very best of Jackson Brown.
Yes.
Looks like a decent looking guy.
No, I think he was a good looking guy at the time.
Good hair.
Had good hair.
Good hair, play piano.
Yeah.
Sings.
Yeah.
It's over.
He's from the South, isn't he?
I don't know where Jackson Brown's from.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's good friends with the Eagles.
Right.
Him and J.D. Souther.
He wrote Take It Easy, right? And I think George was saying that to me on the show yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't know that he did. For some reason, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's 8:37 here at WRMN. Our director of Shots Fired is in this morning.
Is he?
Yeah, he's called a few times, but he just can't.
He can't hang.
Sit through it.
He can't hang. He's got responsibilities.
Yeah. But he's persistent at least, and he's called back now.
Okay, we're going to try to hustle him through?
We got a little time, and he's first up.
Okay.
Yeah, so he has picked the right time this time. Good morning, Director of Shots Fired, John Prigge.
Good morning, gentlemen. I apologize for setting up the anxiety real early with my calls coming in. Sometimes I just, I have to hang up.
I understand.
And it's nothing against you guys. Just it's my world. Whether I'm renting a truck, talking to someone else, whatever. But I do want to say, for those who like to look at content from a YouTube person, there is a great guy that I follow, and he's under the name of civil rights something. I'll find it. I can't believe I drew a blank on a thing. Honor Your Oath. And what this guy does, he's a veteran himself. He has a cardboard sign about maybe 11 by 14 inches, and he stands in front of city halls throughout the South, because I think he's based in Florida. And he stands in front of City Hall, and as the public comes in, employees come in, he just holds a sign up and says, "God bless our vets. God bless our homeless vets." And he doesn't ask for money. He just comes to a public forum and says, "God bless our vets." And people go into the building and call the police on him.
Really?
Police come out. Oh, yeah. And the way this guy does it is that he will send a Freedom of Information Act request to get the 911 call from the person who called the police to have him removed from the steps of City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then he posts that on his video, and the police come out and they say, "How you doing? Are you homeless?" "No, I'm just, God put it in my heart to get people to think about our homeless veterans." "Oh, well, you can't do that. The mayor said I have to arrest you." So he gets arrested. Gets back to the station. He's in there for about 45 minutes until presumably the county attorney calls them up and says, "You dummies, let that guy go. He's not done anything wrong." Then he files an intent to sue, and they settle out of court. I've seen he's picked up thousands of dollars.
What a way to make a living.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't pay to listen to the elected officials. They might not know the law as well.
Well, and that's the truth, but that's when doesn't it become the police, either the officer on scene, or maybe that's the question you refer to a supervisor.
Oh, yes. I would think so.
Right.
Yeah.
But this guy has been in Alabama, he's been in Florida, he's been in Georgia, and all he does is stand there and say, "God bless our homeless vets."
Yeah.
And the people, even the staff inside of these city halls, they will just overinflate the situation. She says, I don't know if he's got a gun.
I know.
Well, you tell it. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the red button, isn't it, Larry?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So now one officer doesn't show up, 3 or 4 do.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I agree.
And he's kind of a big guy, so there's room for him to, if you wanted to, put things in his pocket. He wears a long T-shirt. But it's costed. He's gotten letters from the city or the village that has said, "We're deeply sorry. We're enclosed as a settlement check for $10,000.
Right.
We're going to retrain our officers and cover all employees at what you're doing, unless you're, interfering with traffic or people coming in and out."
That's usually part of a settlement. Right. When somebody files like a civil rights complaint with the government, retraining is usually one of the things that goes along with that, as a matter of fact. Yes.
And Larry, I don't know, maybe you can answer this. When that happens and they say, well, we've retrained all of our officers.
Yes.
What does retraining mean?
Usually it means sitting through a 4-hour class.
Huh.
That's it. Usually. I mean, I don't know what else you do. I have no idea what else you do. And I have no idea. Sometimes I think that, sometimes it's not a training issue. It's just a bad decision issue. That can be very expensive. Very expensive. $10,000 is not bad for that. In the big scheme of things, that's not bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no trial. It's just a settlement out of court. And,
yes.
But it really is an awakening. And just to say, I don't know everything that happened down at Kane County, but boy, you talk about dancing on the trouble line.
I know. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But
I don't know. But also, just one thing real quick. Saturday Night Fever and what was the other one he was doing?
Urban Cowboy. Yeah.
When those movies came out, especially Saturday Night Fever, I was really surprised at how many people in this country and probably in the world missed the message of that movie. Instead of them understanding that this is what life can be like in New York, how useless it is to continue on by you're dancing, you're having sex with different women, and on and on. People were out opening up discos and they were dancing, but the movie was a tragedy. The same thing with Urban Cowboy. It was a tragedy. It depicts a lifestyle that was tragic. Wow. And Americans, everybody else, kind of reacted by saying, "Hey, I'm going to go buy a cowboy hat. We're going to Cadillac Ranch, or we're going to Dusty's old time bar."
I know.
But it was an entertaining movie. But I just wanted to, hey, you kind of missed the boat here. You don't want to go out hanging with your buddies doing nothing, and then one decides to jump off the bridge.
Right.
So, other than that, but that's it. Just if anybody wants to, just go on YouTube and just type in the words "honor your oath." I think it's called "Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigation." But if you put "honor your oath," the guy's name is Jeff Gray, and it is very interesting to watch. And he has cameras on him, and he has a remote camera. And the officer tells him, "Turn around, put your hands behind your back." He gives him a ride, and then he's got to bring him back like an hour later.
Different places or the same place? He does it in the same. He does it in the same town all the time.
No, he's in Georgia. Okay. He goes to Alabama.
So he's testing different places.
Yeah.
To see what he can get away with in a way, if he can get away with that or whatever.
And he himself was a vet.
My question is, when people do this, does he pick places because they have a history of not being supportive? I always look and think, it means so much more if they're able to look and say, I came here because blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just, it was on the list of where I was going to stop by.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
I don't remember him ever declaring that or saying, hey, we heard.
Right.
Tuscaloosa was really tough. I don't know. But it is interesting to see the interaction.
Sure.
Especially when it's somewhat disappointing in a way, too, Larry, because sometimes the officer is a veteran himself.
Of course.
He fought for the country.
Right.
So, but anyway, that was it. I just wanted to, contribute that and just to see how things work in other parts of the country. And holding up a sign that says, "God bless our homeless vets," can cause so much problem.
I know.
Crazy.
Any activity that people immediately at first blush thinks it's unusual now seems to ring a lot of warning bells to people. You know what I mean? Anything that doesn't fit what they expect to see somewhere makes people immediately concerned.
Yeah,
yep.
I agree.
All right, John. Thanks, buddy.
All right, man. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right, Director of Shots Fired. Not reporting on shots fired
You know,
today.
we've had good calls today.
Yeah, we have.
Not that we don't have good calls every day, but good calls.
It has been. A show full of good calls.
And that's a nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's check YouTube for a minute and say good morning to the Soto family. Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, Uncle Boom Boom.
I like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
They're all in the house. Sultan of South Elgin, who yesterday went on our YouTube page during the show and reported that all 5 U46 teams got slaughtered last Friday.
Yeah.
Like White Sox slaughtered.
Well, certainly South Elgin's feeling that they want to face tougher competition.
Yeah.
Showed, again, you know, we always talk about how they win the conference and they show up in the playoffs and they don't match up against teams there. So maybe getting beat is like showing, we have work to do.
A lot of work, right?
A lot of work to do.
Sometimes you don't know how much work you have to do if you never have to do that work to win all the games during the season.
I saw that Barrington was like, I think it was the Herald, was like rated number 2 in the Chicagoland area. That's a good team.
Yeah. 64-21.
Yes.
They beat South Elgin.
Right. That's hard. That's hard. I understand colleges and high schools now run the score up. I think in the old days, that wouldn't have happened. Nobody would have scored 64 points. The managers would have been playing. People would have been setting their tubas down to play. They wouldn't have run up 60.
Sometimes you can't help it.
No, I know you can't. I
mean,
understand
you're
that.
so much better than the other team, especially at the high school level.
It's true.
Where you have to tackle yourself to be tackled.
Don't you feel that sometimes head coaches, when they meet in the NFL after the game, are saying to the other coach, I never thought we'd run that interception back in, or I didn't think blah, 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 you know. So.
Yeah. It is 8:48 here at WRMN. We'll talk about SB Nation in a moment.
Yes.
I got one more phone call here.
Of course.
So let's take the call. 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the First Shift.
Hey, good morning, Mark. It's Joel.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, Joel.
Hey, I'm just calling to mention this slaughter in the Middle East between Israel and Palestine. I'd like to see that thing come to an end. And personally, I think that if Netanyahu would have negotiated like 20 years ago, it would have saved a lot of bloodshed on both sides. But I think Netanyahu is going for a shutout in that war. And I don't think that's possible. There's not going to be peace there until the Palestinians have a place without being under the thumb of the Israelis. And that's my view on it. And I can be a little bit objective because I'm not a Jew or I'm not Palestinian, but I love humanity, and I just want to see that thing end. And I think Netanyahu should negotiate. Every time they negotiate, he brings up something that's not plausible to the Palestinians, so they keep fighting.
Well, I have to be honest. I don't know enough, I think, about that, even though it's gone on forever.
I know. Neither do I, but I still am in favor of peace there.
Well,
I'm just so tired of this, seeing little girls with blood on their faces. Yeah. That's a problem with me.
I understand that. I do. I think that there's nothing harder to find a settle than things that are driven by religions. Things like, you know what I mean? Borders are not really the issue there, you know?
I know what you mean. All of a sudden, logic takes a back seat.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
All right, Joel, thanks for calling.
Joel.
Yeah, appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah. I think we'd like to see that.
Thanks for the airtime, you guys.
All right,
Bye.
Thanks, Joel.
Take care.
I mean, it's just one more thing that I mean, I understand the bloodshed's happening there. The division of people is happening here as well. And it's almost like we don't need one more thing to be divided over. So maybe my feeling about it is a bit self-serving to think, God, it's just one more thing that we're all mad at each other.
We got a lot of our own issues to solve over here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like you. I haven't really been following that too closely.
I just think it's gone on. I remember Yasser Arafat. I just know that it's gone on forever. It's deeply rooted, and things like that are much more. They mean so much more. People have such strong feelings, other than like, I'm not taking away from the Ukraine. I'm not, but that's like. This was part of our country. I want this back. Putin's look at it. I want you back. We're taking you. Right. That's a whole different thing. Not that the blood's not the same color, but it's much different than when it's also in people's religion and beliefs and all that. So
yeah. 8:51 here at WRMN. Got about 7 minutes left in the show.
Yes. 7 quality minutes.
Yeah, I got a lot to squeeze in here.
We do.
Yeah, Linda Carter says, good morning, first shifters.
Hey, Linda.
No nickname John. We never got to his bad joke of the day.
Oh, my God. There's going to be people wandering with no direction today because they don't have it.
We could do it now, but for those who are used to hearing it in the 6 o'clock hour.
Their day's already over.
They've been sitting here for 2.5 hours waiting for me to give no nickname John's bad joke of the day.
Well, I usually share blame with you. That's not on me today.
No, it's not.
It's not on me today.
So I'm sorry I altered the course of your whole day. I know what it's like to have a plan, and then someone alters your plan, and it messes you up for the entire day.
Is that a shot?
No, not at all, Larry.
Well, I'm not going to take it that way, Mark. You know why?
Please don't.
Because you're like my brother to me. 7 years of brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a little over 7 now.
Over 7. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to be offended by that. Oh, I'm a little hurt, but I'm not offended.
You shouldn't be, Larry.
Okay, thanks, pal.
It's National Wildlife Day.
Well, I think we should have more wildlife.
In the world? Wildlife is
in
good.
Our life. Just in my life, it should be a little.
Nature is good.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
What do you call an explosive monkey? Baboom.
That's so bad.
Baboom.
Please be quiet.
This needs to stop. That's so bad. That's just bad.
Shut up!
For those people who waited hours for that, I hope you're happy.
Now you can get back to whatever was next on your list.
Yeah, get back to like being a surgeon or whatever you had going on today.
Yeah, the patient's been sitting in the waiting room.
That's right. Not yet. Not yet.
The doctor's busy.
He's really busy. He's in consultation. That's right.
He'll be with you as soon as he can. There's been an emergency that's come up this morning.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. Big Boss Man says, good morning, Marky B and Larry. Have a great day.
Hey, bud.
John Polero getting ready for the big show Saturday.
Big car show. Big.
He told me, he said, it makes me feel good. He says that people used to ask him about Dundee Heritage Fest, I think, maybe?
Yes.
And now a lot of his people that go to his car shows ask when America's First Responders Fest is.
I know. And he's also got Heritage Fest coming up
next weekend.
Next weekend, 2 days.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. I usually ask John, when would he like me to come there? How's it work best for him? I don't like to do 2 days in the same place, but yeah, he has good shows. They're well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks, JP, for all you've done.
You bet.
For
that's
the festival.
That's why he's the car czar.
I know.
Yeah.
First Shift Sherry says, morning, first shifters. Another great morning for walking to work.
There you go, Sherry.
That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
These are great days for walking to work.
It would be a great day. I should do something like that. I can't walk here.
No.
I'd have to leave like a week early, I think.
I wonder how long it would take to walk from Del Webb and Huntley to downtown Elgin.
Well, we'll never know. I think I have an app that would tell me, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it only factors in the normal walking, not old lazy guys.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't put it on old lazy guy mode?
I don't have an old lazy guy mode. No.
Let's see. Brandon says, hi, everybody, and happy Wednesday.
Hey, Brandon.
Sweet Sandy says, R.I.P. Moondoggy.
Oh, yeah.
James Darren.
Yeah, that was because he was in like a beach. He was in some of the beach movies, and that was his name, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of my teen crushes.
He was a handsome man. He was a handsome man. And had hits. Had hit songs.
Really?
Yes.
Never heard of him. Maybe we'll play some James Darren next hour.
You'd know. Well, I don't know if you would. I always forget that you're younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I know a lot of the artists that you know.
Yeah, I know.
Some get away from me, like James Darren. So.
James Darren was like late 50s, very early 60s guys. He was kind of pushed aside, I think, when the Beatles showed up or the British invasion did.
Commander says, happy hump day, shifters. I said that word. Sorry. Lunch at the Legion today, 11:30 until 1. Hot beef dinner.
You like hot beef? I like hot beef sandwiches.
I had an Italian beef last night from Wheaties.
Did you?
Yeah, it's good.
Uh-huh.
Their prices have gone up, but not at the same level.
I know.
They've done a decent job of keeping their prices
making it
down.
Affordable.
Yeah.
That's right.
Egg salad, $4.50. A lot of people crave egg salad sandwiches.
I know.
From time
I
to
like
time.
egg salad, and I never would like to go through all the burden of. Patty used to make that.
Yeah.
She would take that on. That's too much for me. I'm just like, I need instant stuff.
Stop in for a great lunch today. Bears watch party this Sunday at noon for Game 1.
Yes.
The Moose Lodge, I got to say, $7.99, of which I am a member. They have the NFL Sunday ticket this year.
Do they really?
That's big I think that's a big move. That's a good move.
That's a huge price, too.
Yeah, I know. And so a lot of people are looking for a place they can go watch the NFL Sunday ticket.
I know.
So that's another great reason to
Although you don't need it to watch the Bears in the Chicagoland area. But when I head to Florida and my default teams are the Dolphins and the Bucks,
yeah,
that's a little depressing.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to pay $400 or $500 to watch the Bears. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy that either.
Yeah.
So I may be going to the Moose quite often. I can do my homework at the Moose. It's right around the corner. I like it.
No, you can go right there. You're right. It's like a walk.
Yeah.
Right? I'm walking to the Moose.
A minute left. Let's finish with a little SB Nation talk,
Thanks,
Larry.
Mark. We're talking sports. We should think about it. SN Sports B is in Blog Nation. There's a blog for any sport you're interested in at the SB Nation. Get the app for your smartphone or tablet. You can always log in at sbnation.com. When you get there, please stop by the Night Size blog. See what everybody Shepard Price writing about, and then you can go anywhere. You want to talk about the Sox? Don't. Think about the Bears. Be positive. Anyway, you can leave your opinion if you want to, but you don't have to. What I like best is you can go to SB Nation when you want to. So do us all a favor. Check out SB Nation. See your sports blogging is for you.
One thing I might bring up with Tim Calderwood, we're down to our final few seconds, but I heard about the rule they have in Major League Baseball, the ethics rule.
Yes.
The 6 after 6 rule. First time I've actually heard it defined.
I don't know what that is.
If you're up by 6 or more after 6 innings, you don't steal, you don't take an extra base, and there's one other thing you don't do.
I think that's a great idea. It's kind of like the slaughter rule in Little League, right?
Well, the fun music hour is coming up next. I'll talk to you Friday, Larry.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
The word is out. Nissans cost less on Route 19, but that's not all. Parts, service, and body shop, they all cost less at McGrath Nissan. Used cars, too. The reason why is how hard we try. Right now, get 0% APR financing on select new Nissan models at McGrath Nissan because
Nissans cost less on Route 19.
Come to Elgin.
See what we mean.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 9 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Bank of America Merrill Investments. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA WCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
The weather is getting better, and we know it's the time when ladders and DIYers come out. Before you start any new outdoor projects, ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous Handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. In Baltimore, the Orioles shut out the White Sox 9-0. It's loss number 109 of the season for the Sox. 12 straight losses for Chicago. They're the first team since 1900 with at least 3 losing streaks of 12 games in the same season. They were shut out for the 16th time and sit 11 losses shy of tying the 1962 Mets for the most losses in a single season.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 with the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates. The Cubs are still in the thick of the wild card race. Right now, they're 4.5 games out of the last spot, held by Atlanta.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale.
Let's go.
Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity.
Welcome to the brand new Avid Hotel, Wisconsin Dells Lake Delton, where the essentials are done right every time. All while in the water park capital of the world. Make a splash at Noah's Ark, America's largest water park. Or at the Land of Natura, Wisconsin Dells Natural Water Park experience. Family fun at Knucklehead's Trampoline Park. And enjoy train-delivered food at Buffalo Phil's Pizza and Grill. Start your day with our free all-around breakfast featuring rotating hot items and freshly ground premium coffee right here in the lobby. And a 24/7 fitness center. The new Avid Hotel, 1273 Kalahari Drive, Wisconsin Dells. Call us at 608-404-7600 to book your next getaway. 608-404-7600. Once again, that's 608-404-7600.
Hey there, this is Marky B from The First Shift, inviting you to join Brian Anderson for his new radio show, Kane County Speaks, every Thursday from 9 until 10 a.m. during the final hour of my morning show. It's an election year, and Brian will discuss important local issues and interview local candidates from the perspective of Kane County Speaks. The show will feature open phone lines for your thoughts, comments, and questions, and the chat room will be open at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Kane County Speaks is citizen-driven and focused on making Kane County a better place to live and work with goals of freedom, security, and prosperity for all. To learn more about their grassroots organization, you can check them out at KaneCountySpeaks.com. Let's discuss the issues of Kane County so that you can get involved and make a difference too. It's Kane County Speaks every Thursday morning with Brian Anderson from 9 until 10 a.m. during the first shift right here on WRMN, AM 1410, and at WRMN Radio on YouTube.
Batteries Plus Bulbs is more than batteries and bulbs. It's your repair shop for Apple devices, Samsung Galaxy devices, and more. Located on Randall Road, just south of 20 in Elgin, Batteries Plus Bulbs fills all your battery and light bulb needs in one stop. They have the largest selection of batteries for ATVs, cameras, phones, laptops, scooters, cars and homes, and everything else. Looking to save money with energy-efficient LED or holiday lighting? Stop in at Batteries Plus Bulbs in Elgin. Go to batteriesplus.com for special offers.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley and the home of Radio Shopping Show.
9:08 on this beautiful Wednesday morning. It's the first shift, final hour. Today, an all-music hour. Tomorrow, Brian Anderson. I'm sure he's going to have a report from the grassroots organization that he is a big part of, and that is Kane County Speaks. He has a show tomorrow morning in the 9 o'clock hour. And I believe this morning, in about an hour, they're going to have the Kane County Board meeting on the heels of this whole free speech thing that occurred at Kane County at the government building last week. And now some more stories coming out about it this morning. So that'll be something interesting that Brian, I'm sure, will start his show with tomorrow, Kane County Speaks. He has a couple of young people getting involved in politics that he's bringing in to interview on his program tomorrow. And James and Cecilia, I'm not sure what James's last name is. I had to find Brian Anderson's last text to me a couple of days ago. And here he is. I found it quickly for a change. Let's see. James, no, he doesn't say the last name. I can't remember his last name right now. But James and Cecilia, young people that have been showing up at some of the local Republican meetings, are going to be on with Brian tomorrow. And then he's got a phone guest too, so I guess we'll be talking about youth in politics, their role, a little bit during his program. Kane County Speaks tomorrow morning in the 9 o'clock hour. Friday, of course, we'll have the chief in the day before America's First Responders Fest, Chief Anna Lally, Badge 240, 9 until 9:30. And then the Senior Community Spotlight Show from 9:30 until 10 Friday morning. So this morning, it's music. Larry Jones is out. Thanks for a good show today, by the way, Larry Jones and the callers that made today very good conversation. Let's see. Let's check the weather forecast and then get into a couple of tunes. I'll probably also share a little bit of First Shift 411 for you with you this hour and finish the comments that came this morning on YouTube and on our Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. Can't really beat it outside. We have 64 degrees. We started at 50, so we are going up the ladder kind of quickly this morning. It is going to be a warmer day. 64 winds are currently out of the south at 3, so not really a factor. Sunshine today with a high of 82. 82 for your high today. Tonight mostly clear with a low of 60. Still on the cool side. And then tomorrow mostly sunny with a high of 85. Tomorrow night we'll get a little cool front come through with maybe some rain showers, possibly a thunderstorm. Tomorrow night, a low of 59, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, and then maybe a lingering isolated shower early Friday. Then we clear up for a cool and beautiful weekend. Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 70. Clear skies and 44 on Friday night. Saturday, America's First Responders Fest Saturday. Sunshine with a high of 64. How about that? Come on out for all the different activities. Make a day of it. I mean, hang on for about 3-4 hours, and then maybe if you're a little worn out, go out to the car, take a little snooze, come back for more. America's First Responders Fest, 11 to 7 Saturday. 64 for the high. On Sunday, opening day for the Bears, 71 degrees at Soldier Field with the Bears and Tennessee going at it, and WRMN is going to be spending a little time in Burlington on Sunday. They're having a little fall fest and parade out there, I guess, and something Dino put together. And he and Sonar have taken a ride out there to scout out the situation, I guess. And so we'll see what we've got going on. Sunday morning, some parade coverage from Burlington, I believe, starting at noon, right after our church coverage on Sunday mornings. 9:12 here at WRMN. All right, let's take a phone call at 847-931-1410. If you have a request this hour, I didn't plan this music hour very well today. I was so busy last evening doing a million things. I've got enough to get me through. We got a couple of requests from George. I got some songs I want to play, but if you have something, let me know. The phone number to call the show is 847-931-1410. And let's take a phone call this morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good day, Marky B.
Good day, Derica. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah? What's new?
Yeah, have you played G'day, G'day yet?
I have not played G'day, G'day yet. Who sings that again?
Slim Dusty.
You're going to have to come again on that one. I didn't hear what you said.
Slim Dusty.
Slim Dusty. I don't think I played that song, but I'll...
He was a country music singer here in Australia.
Okay.
He's not alive anymore. He died from a sickness that he got. I think it was cancer or something. But, yeah, he was a very popular country music singer here.
Okay. What's a great country name? Slim Dusty. It could also be a good name for a blues singer. Good day, good day. I'll work it in towards the end of the hour.
Okay, then.
All right. Everything else okay? You feeling good these days?
Yeah. And Kathy's gonna write to me. She wanted my address, so I gave it to Matt last night.
Okay, cool.
So we're gonna write to each other.
You got a really muffly phone this morning, so it's hard for me to understand you.
We're gonna write to each other, me and Kathy.
Oh, you are? You got each other's addresses?
I haven't got hers yet, but I gave Matt my address to give to her.
Okay. That'll be cool, like actual letters in the mail?
Yeah.
It's a cool way to do things. It's interesting because a lot of people don't really have to do that anymore because of cell phones and because of social media, Facebook and things like that. You don't have to write a physical letter, buy stamps, and stick it in the mail. So that's pretty cool that you're actually going to make the effort to do that.
Yeah, it's a retro kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty retro. Well, awesome. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay, and thanks for checking in with me today.
That's all right.
All right, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, see you then.
Okay, take care. All right, there's Derica checking in from Australia this morning. And she says, good morning, Marky B. And Certified Crazy Kathy loves the way she says that. And we have pen pals forming between Certified and Derica from Australia. They're one and the same. They're sisters from another mother in another world. 9:16 here at WRMN. All right, well, let's start today. And why was Gary Wright? I think he passed away on this day last year. I have a couple of Gary Wright twofer I want to play. A song called Love is Alive, and then a song called Gene Wheeler, as performed by Gary Wright. Yeah, he came up with a song called Gene Wheeler, which I'll play in this set. I got some request by George from earlier this morning. He wanted to dedicate a song to Bob and Barb HB, daughter of Blackhawks Brad. Bob and Barb HB, married for like 72 years, and a great song from Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett coming up as well. So I'll work those songs in, and then we'll see what I do towards the end. That song for Derica coming up later this hour as well. It is 9:17 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Gary Wright. This is actually one of my favorite songs. Not by Gary Wright, period. I love this song. Love is Alive. I'll find out why Gary Wright made the news. I believe he passed away on this date last year. Let me confirm. Right with Gene Wheeler.
I've just closed my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train, trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Ooh, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Fly me high through the starry skies, maybe to an astral plane. Cross the highways of fantasy. Help me to forget today's pain. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light. Though the dawn may be coming soon, there still may be some time. Fly me away to the bright side of the moon. Meet me on the other side. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light.
Gary Wright passed away on this day last year at the age of 80, member of Spooky Tooth, and had the 1976 solo #2 single, the one you just heard, Dreamweaver or Gene Wheeler, you decide. The song was inspired by an autobiography, by the way, if you're keeping score at home. And let's see, of a yogi, which was given to him by George Harrison. Wright also played on Harrison's 1970 All Things Must Pass triple album. He turned to film soundtrack work in the early 1980s, including recording his most popular song, Dreamweaver, again for the 1992 comedy Wayne's World. It's Gary Wright. Love Is Alive before that, a great song, one of my faves. It's 9:25 here at WRMN. And now the request that George was asking for earlier, and this is a dedication to Bob and Barb HB, great proud parents of Blackhawks Brad. He wants to hear the video of Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga and the song I've Got You Under My Skin. Let's see how this sounds. 9:26 on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Headed for a sunny high of 82. It's the first shift on WRMN.
Hi, Tony. Hi. I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, you look great.
you. So cute. I'm excited.
I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me.
You're so deep in my heart, you're really a part of me.
I've got you,
yes I do,
under my skin.
I've tried so not to give in. I've said to myself this affair never will go so well.
But why should I try to resist when, darling, I know so well I've got you under my skin.
I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear.
Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win.
Use your mentality, wake up to reality.
But each time that I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. And I love you
like a tattoo
under my skin.
Under my skin.
Yes, I've got you under my
That's a great first pancake.
How about that? Sounded good. 9:29 here at WRMN. Good request, George. Got You Under My Skin, Lady Gaga, Tony Bennett. It's coming up on 9:30, so got somebody on hold right here. Don't have time to take the call on the air at the moment. If you want to hang for a second, I'll take you once I get into the bottom of the hour news, because we have to hit that here at 9:30. If you want to make a request, you can in the second half hour of this More Music Hour. Matt's got out to lunch for you today from 10 until 1. And Fox Valley Afternoons today from 2 until 6, listening to Tammy. Talk time with Tammy and friends, followed by Sonar, Bendamoni, and Boquist with a apolitical talk show. 9:30 on the first shift.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Bank of America Merrill Investments. It's a big weekend in Chicago as the Taste of Chicago is taking place once again in Grant Park, happening from 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. September 6th through the 8th. A beloved actress from the Superman franchise is coming to Batavia. Sarah Douglas, who famously portrayed the villain Ursa, is joining a charity event supporting the Batavia United Way. It's happening on October 11th. The Superman 2 star will be on hand for a Q&A and an autograph signing to support the United Way. The CEO of the Elgin YWCA has announced her retirement. Julia McClendon has been with the Elgin YWCA for 24 years as of this year. She'll be stepping down 24 years to the day she started with the YWCA as of today, September 4th, 2024. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Mom, Meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
It's in the basket, a home run. It just skimmed over the top of the basket and stayed in there. It's a 3-run homer for Triolo.
The call on Pirates Radio in Tuesday's 5-0 win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Paul Skeens improves to 9-2 with the win. Jared Triolo hit a 3-run homer for the Pirates. The Cubs are still in the thick of the wild card race. Right now, they're 4.5 games out of the last spot, held by Atlanta. In Baltimore, the Orioles shut out the White Sox 9-0. It's loss number 109 of the season for the Sox. 12 straight losses for Chicago. They're the first team since 1900 with at least 3 losing streaks of 12 games in the same season. They were shut out for the 16th time and sit 11 losses shy of tying the 1962 Mets for the most losses in a single season.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Get big deals for days at Target's long weekend sale.
Let's go.
Like 20% off denim, tees, dresses, and shoes for the family. Then round out your barbecue with Doritos and Ruffles party-sized chips. They're on sale 2 for $7. Or get 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. And save even more. Find new lower prices on many grocery and household items you love today and every day. Target's long weekend sale ends Monday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Doors take us to summers away or winter adventures and afternoon getaways. Your dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors by working with you on a comprehensive plan to help you reach your wealth's full potential. Because doors were meant to be opened. Visit fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimum supply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE SIPC.
9:34 on the first shift, final hour, more music hour today on this Wednesday. Heading for a high of 82. What a beautiful day it is. We have a few more songs coming your way, and a couple by request. We just had one by request before the bottom of the hour news break with Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. And I've Got You Under My Skin, requested by George for Bob and Barb, who have been married for 72 years, and we got them on the phone right now, as a matter of fact. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning. Good morning. We want to thank George for the great song dedication. It means a lot to us. We're happily married for this long, and we owe a lot to our great family and our great friends, and that's what keeps us going. So
yeah.
But we love and respect each other, and that works.
Amazing. So 72 years, and I think your book's just about to come out, right? How to Stay Married for Over 70 Years?
Well, we're on the final chapter.
Well, let's make that final chapter last a while, huh?
Yes, we will. And thanks for, we enjoy your show, you and all you do, and First Responder is a great thing you're doing. And we think you're great. But that's it for us. Thank you very much.
Bob, thanks for calling, and you and Barb take care, and I hope it lasts a lot longer, buddy.
Thank you.
Take care.
You. We too. Bye-bye.
All right, Bob and Barb. Great kids of Blackhawks Brad, or the parents of Blackhawks Brad, rather, of course. And Blackhawks Brad, a longtime loyal listener here on the show. Gives me the word for the haiku every day. and much, much more. It is 9:36, second half of our More Music Hour today. How about that, George? We heard from Bob to talk about their 72-year marriage. 72 and going strong. We are going on 75 here at WRMN, like any day now. September of 1949, I believe we went on the air. So the 75th anniversary about to kick in full tilt. I'm going on 8 years of being here on WRMN. I believe my first day taking over officially on the morning show without hanging out and shadowing or anything like that was September 6th of 2016. So I'm going on 8. The station's about 75, and Bob and Barb have been going for 72. It is 9:37 here at WRMN. Let's take one more phone call, then we'll get back into a couple of songs. At 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the First Shift.
Hey, what's up, Marky B? Downtown Jose. Good morning, First Shifters.
Hey, Jose.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm on break. Just wanted to say, I have a chance to call the radio station. But,
yeah, I heard you got a job.
Yeah, I got a job. Hopefully Sidekick Susan showed up at the radio station.
She did. She told me.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, how's the show going?
Oh, we had a good show today, man. I appreciate you asking. How's is this your first day of work?
Yeah, first day. I started at 4 o'clock.
Wow. You actually start at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Uh-huh. Get out at 3:30.
Dang. So you're working like 4 10s then or something like that?
Yeah, 4 10s and maybe optional on Fridays.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just good. It's good to get back in the working field. But I'll let you do your show, man. I just want to say hello and enjoy your show. And don't forget, always enjoy life.
There you go. Well, congratulations on the job, man. We'll see you soon.
All right, you take care, Marky B.
You too, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Downtown Jose checking in. Got him a job. He's had a job, but he's been taking care of his father for a long time. Father recently passed, age 101. And so downtown Jose had to go back into the workforce so he can maintain his home and feed himself and Susan and all of that. So I believe working at a local warehouse. I didn't ask him on the air which one, but that's good news too. Downtown Jose back in the workforce. All right, it's 9:38 here at WRMN. Let's take it to YouTube for just a moment, then I'll go back into another song set. Let's see who else I have on YouTube today. Hey, don't forget, if you're looking for a good lunch today, it's a great idea. American Legion, 11:30 until 1. Hot beef dinner for $8.50. Egg salad sandwich for $4.50. Stop in for a great lunch. And their Bears watching party coming up Sunday at noon. Game 1 of the season. Bears in Tennessee. And next chance I get, I'll check the full NFL schedule. I have not even looked, which is very unusual for me as a big NFL fan. But I'll get back into the swing of things. And next week, I think we will have the debut of the Pick 6. I think Larry had a good idea there. Don't try to squeeze it in. Don't force it, right? So naturally, let it come naturally. And it will next week after America's First Responders Fest 2024 is in the books. The Pick 6 brought to you by Rookies, back on the slate for next week. So I'll tell you about it Monday or Tuesday on the show next week. 9:40 here at WRMN. And speaking of the NFL, I want to say thanks to the Moose Lodge 799 for being a silver sponsor of America's First Responders Fest. Right there on McLean Boulevard. And they're always happy to sign up new members, and they have made a decision this year to have the Sunday NFL ticket, which is a pretty big move, I think. It is for football fans anyway. You always knew you could go watch the Bears game there, but to have every game that you want, pretty strong. Way to go, Moose Lodge. And thanks for being a supporter of America's First Responders Fest. Tomorrow I'll see, after I see Maggie and we have our committee meeting today, if I can list all the vendors for you tomorrow morning that are going to be at America's First Responders Fest on Saturday. Vendor count is up this year. And we're going to have face painting for the kids. We'll have the Elgin Police Department bouncy house out there. Dino, the director's bringing a train out there for the kids to ride around on, I guess, or to get train rides. And also, one of our charitable contributions is going to go to animal... I knew I was going to blank out in my moment here. I don't have the information in front of me. It's in my office. But a great animal adoption foundation out of Gilbert's is going to be a part of our festival on Saturday, too. So come see the puppies. They're going to have their bus out there, and they are going to have a bunch of puppies inside a little fancy area. It's really cute, and the puppies will have lots of energy with the weather being nice and cool on Saturday, so that'll be cool. Grab a little extra cash and grab you a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or a long-sleeve t-shirt, as I call it. I'm not sure what the official terminology is for those types of shirts, but they're basically like t-shirts to me that have long sleeves, and that might be the call for Saturday. The biggest supply of shirts we're going to have t-shirts, regular short-sleeve t-shirts, but we'll have some other shirts available for you as well, and they'll be available in either black or gray Saturday. America's First Responders Fest. Panton Mill Park. All right, it is 9:42 here at WRMN. Thanks, Certified, for checking in, and the Dutchman's Wood Shack on YouTube this morning. And the Dutchman says he's going to bring his car out on Saturday, or at least he's going to be out there. And so that's good news. Look forward to seeing you at Dutchman's Wood Shack at America's First Responders Fest. And Brendan says, I saw an accident on westbound Route 20 in Elgin this morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Stunning. An accident westbound on Route 20 in Elgin this morning.
Wow.
On our Image 360 line at 505-926-1410, brought to you by Image 360. They're a platinum sponsor of ours for America's First Responders Fest. Thanks, Matt and Lisa. They're on Sundown at 506 Sundown in South Elgin. Bold Solutions, exceptional support. And on the information line, we say good morning to Sensational Shelley. She says, good morning, what a beautiful day it's going to be. May y'all enjoy it. Thought for the day. Through kindness, you create a chain reaction of goodness. How about that?
Wow.
A bunch of prayers to our prayer scoreboard, which has already taken off for the day and gone back to its resting space. But thank you, Sensational Shelley, and we hope to see you on Saturday at America's First Responders Fest 2. Westside Freddy checked in. And keep stirring up the hive, First Shifters, has Westside Freddy, the inventor of the Beehive Bar and Grill on YouTube. Good to carry on the radio every morning. Keep on sending the tunes, spinning the tunes, and sending the love, says Westside Freddy. 58 Mike checks in, says, good morning. I will not be able to attend the festivities on Saturday due to a family reunion Saturday down south. But please keep an extra large sweatshirt for me, says 58 Mike. I'm taking orders, I guess, in the next couple of days. If you want a shirt, lock one in with me. However, you can reach me. My cell phone's always available at 901-647-1240 if you want to send me a text request for a shirt. We have a lot of t-shirts. We have long sleeve t-shirts, if you will. And we have, I believe, crew neck sweatshirts. That's what Heidi is ordering in black or gray. So specify what color you want as well, what size, what type of shirt. And we'll try to hold one for you either at the festival Saturday or after the fest is over with. All right, it is 9:45 here at WRMN. What else do I have here? I think that about covers everybody this morning. Thanks, everybody, for checking in. Back to a couple of songs by request here. Well, this was not by request, but on our YouTube feed earlier this morning, Sweet Sandy said R.I.P. to James Darren. a musician from, I guess, the late 50s and the early 1960s that I'm not familiar with. So I went ahead and looked up a James Darren song. I guess he's just passed away. And I don't know how he felt about the world. First of all, he had 2 first names. So he had to deal with that his whole life, James and Darren. But aside from that, maybe he thought that was the beginning of his cruel world that he was going to live in. Have no knowledge of this song whatsoever. Maybe I'll know it when I play it. But this is James Darren saying goodbye to this cruel world from 1961 on the More Music Hour on the first shift.
Circus, gonna be a broken-hearted clown. Paint my face with a good-for-nothing smile, 'cause a mean, fickle woman turned my whole world upside down. Farewell to love, I'm off to join a circus. Gotta find a way to hide my tears. Bet I'll have them rolling in the aisle, and I'll forget that woman if it takes 100 years. Oh, step right up and take a look at a fool. He has got a heart as stubborn as a mule. Come on, everybody, he's good for a laugh, and no one could tell his heart is broken in half. Well, the joke's on me. I'm off to join the circus. Oh, Mr. Barnum, save a place for me. Shoot me out of a cannon, I don't care. Let the people point at me and stare. I'll tell the world that woman, wherever she may be, that mean, fickle woman made a crying clown out of me. Shoot me out of a cannon, I don't care. Let the people point at me and stare. I'll tell the world that woman, wherever she may be, that mean, fickle woman made a crying clown out of me. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye, cruel world.
James Darren saying goodbye to this cruel world as he passes away. Now, by request, we have Derica and Slim Dusty. Good day.
Day, good day. How you going? What do you know? Don't strike a light. Good day, good day. And how you going? Just say good day, good day, good day, and you'll be right.
Good day.
Isn't it great to be an Aussie, taking a walk along the street, looking in shops or buying a paper, stopping and having a yarn with people that you meet down at the pub or at a party. Whenever you're stuck for what to say, if you want to be dinky-die, why don't you give it a try? Look 'em right in the eye and say good day. Good day, good day. How you going? What do you know? Well, strike a light. Good day, good day. And how you going? Just say good day, good day, good day, and you'll be right. Now when Italians meet, they all go crazy. The blokes are like to hug each other too. The Yanks invented hi and see you later, while the Pommy will shake your hand and say, how do you do? Now watch out for a Frenchman or he'll kiss you. The Spaniards go for Ola and Olay, but in the land of the cockatoo, cock hats and a didgeridoo. When you meet an Aussie, 10 to 1, here's here's what he'll say. G'day, g'day. How you going? What do you know? Oh, strike a light. G'day, g'day. And how you going? Just say g'day, 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 and you'll be right. It's a greeting that you'll hear across Australia, from Geraldton to Govan Gundy Guy. It's as dinkum as the dingo and the dahlia, and you spell it with a G apostrophe a D-A-Y. G'day,
Wow.
g'day. How you going? What do you know? We'll strike a light. G'day, g'day. And how you going? Just say g'day, 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 and you'll be right. G'day, g'day. And how you going? What do you know? We'll strike a light. G'day, g'day. And how you going? Just say g'day, g'day, g'day. Just say g'day, 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 and she'll be right.
Yes, there you have it. Good day from Derica to us from Australia. And that was Slim Dusty on that song for you. Not a bad song, Derica. Thanks for that request. I actually like that. That was nice, pleasant. It's 9:52 here at WRMN. And before that, we heard from James Darren, who went through life with a couple of first names. And on YouTube this morning, Sandy checks in. She says, James Darren was an actor from Gidget movies and Beach movies. T.J. Hooker. I guess you're too young, Mark. I like being called too young. It doesn't happen too often anymore, but I'll take it. 9:53 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. I guess let's just clean up on the old mess here, which is a song that George requested last week that I really did want to play, but we just didn't work it into that day. It was a Chicago song, and I'm curious myself as to whether I know this song or not. It's a two-part song, but I'm only going to play part one for you. It's Dialogue 1 and 2 by Chicago. Let's play Dialogue 1 as our last song on this More Music Hour today. Matt takes over next hour. He's got Out to Lunch, and I believe he's got a guest as a part of his program today. Not the entire show, but for a part of it. Coming up at 1, it's Democracy Now! 2 to 6, Fox Valley Afternoons. And Talk Time with Tammy. A cute show with the girls talking between 2 and 4 this afternoon. You can join them. You can be a man on that show if you want to call. I think Julie Mann from Kane County Connects is supposed to be on Tammy's show today. I have to follow up with Julie to make sure she's still got on that calendar. She's a former radio star herself who now is the public information officer for Kane County. So she was going to catch us up on a few things. I figured put her on Tammy's show and see how that works out. So we'll see if that takes place between 2 and 4 today. And then a political talk show with Sonar and Ben Demoni and Boquist. Yesterday they had a special guest. Between 4:30 and 5, they talked with Lori Parnham, who is running for state representative. And they do that from time to time. Corinne Pirog, who is the current Kane County Madam Chair, or Madam Chair, and is in the news a little bit, will be the guest with Sonar next Tuesday on his show. So stay tuned for great local programming from right here in the Fox River Valley on the Talk of the Town. We finish with Chicago. WRMN AM 1410. WRMN Radio on YouTube. 9:55. Have a great day.
Are you optimistic about the way that things are going? No, I never ever think of it at all. Don't you ever worry when you see what's going down? Well, I try to mind my business, that is no business at all. When it's time to function as a feeling human being, with your bachelor
That must be the cutoff point between part 1 and part 2 of Dialogue. 9:58, thanks for listening today. 70 degrees outside, fair skies, headed for a high of 82. 85 tomorrow, a little rain tomorrow night, cools things off. 70 on Friday, more sunshine once the rain gets out, and then Saturday, beautiful day for America's First Responders Fest. Join us for a live broadcast starting at 10 Saturday morning, and a great day at Panton Mill Park in South Elgin. 65 for your Saturday high. Matt's next. Keep it right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube.
Available now on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com is the book called DUI Jury Trial, which is the true story of a truck driver in